Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is our 5th edition D&D adventure for our lovely Patreons. Oh no, I minimized everything. One sec. Okay. Welcome! This is going to be episode 7, I believe. I'm joined here with all these wonderful, wonderful people. Shout out to our Patreons. Without them, none of the cool things that we do could be possible. Thank you so much for your support. Because of you, we get to run one-shots, we get to run marathons, and we get to get these lovely, awesome game facilitators and pay them for all of their hard work. If you want to know what you can get for being a Patreon, you can check out this link there in chat. And speaking of our Patreons, we are having a new game starting. It's going to be starting on November 3rd. It is going to be on every Wednesday that's not the Wednesday for this game, and we are going to be running The Wilds Beyond the Witchlight. And I can't wait to tell you more about that and introduce you to all of the characters and all that fun stuff. And you'll get more information for that as we get closer. But for today, we have a brand new YouTube. If you want to check out any of our past episodes for this game, for any of our other TTRPGs, you can find them over at Stella Luna on YouTube. The link is there in the chat. And there are ways that you can interact with this game here tonight. You can redeem channel points for free to grant a blessing, which is an advantage die to the player of your choice, including myself. Or if you want to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. Sometimes the card makes them naked. Sometimes it gives them a devil arch nemesis. There are very, very many things included in this deck. It's all really fun. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it and reintroduce our characters, and then I will tell you a small recap of where we are and what had happened. We will start off with Emma. Please tell me about who you are, where we can find you, and a little bit about Arlen.
Hello, I am Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada, or in my basement at, and here's my address, get ready to write it down, 123 Fake Street. I am playing Arlen, a Twilight cleric / warlock who is kind of bound to this cursed weapon, and it's teaching her all sorts of things that she is bad.
Yeah, we did a little bit of discovering on some development with the sword last episode, if you remember. You had a ring forming, no, 7 rings form
For the
on your
Cephalegan
arm.
X's.
Yes, and you defeated one, and now you have 6. Excellent. Have fun with that.
Are they like a slightly different color now? Like, is the color gonna get more intense as the rings get less and less?
They were all originally just black, but yeah, now they're like slightly more maroon.
Ooh, cool.
Yes, absolutely. Love it. Collaboration. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Next, we have GeekDice.
Hey folks, I'm GeekDice. I love D&D. You love D&D. Come play D&D with us. Today, once again, I'm playing KayBee. He is a Fenadiri, or a house spirit, fae, and a artificer and a wizard. And where did the heroes go? Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. And you are reunited with Friend. As of last episode, you summoned your owl familiar back, and they look a little different now, but they were able to give you some pretty substantial information. Absolutely. Oh my god, thank you so much for all of the blessings in chat, and thank you so much, Matihi, for the nat 20 and draw for Emma. We will get to that in just a moment. Yeah. Next, we have Godfather Wraith.
Hi, I'm Godfather Wraith V_ESG, or Godfather, or Wraith, or Tim, or pretty much anything you want to call me except late for pie. I'm playing Garen Frank Wern. He's a ne'er-do-well assassin rogue who was really not much more on the straight and narrow than Ireland. I mean, yeah, we're well, we are kind of a naughty group, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because last episode I was like, do you want to touch the thing? And Jem was like, I touched the thing! Blop.
Right?
I mean, if she hadn't done it, I definitely would have.
See,
So-
that just further proves the argument that yes, this is a naughty group.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, let's see what kind of trouble we can cause.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Nisa is unable to join us this week, but we will have a little bit of a interaction in the beginning of our episode and then going to very safely, gently scoot Jem out of harm's way, and we will see Nisa next time. The last and definitely not least, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
I'm good with being least. It's cool.
No.
Nope.
My name is Jacob. I am Jacob. I am Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you like to call me. Memory, lore, clip, history, person, monobble guy. You'd think I'd have that down by now, but I don't. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. I play Finn Carson, who is a ranger researcher who found himself on top of this here mountain that we're at. And of course, he normally would have a little bit of a pendant wrapped around his neck, but it broke because cards are fun. But it being that what it is, he has that with him. And then as far as me goes, you can mostly find me here on Stella's channel, on Robo's channel, doing clips and all kinds of just hanging out and doing stuff. Occasionally we'll stream on here. If I do get back to streaming here on Twitch, I'm going to go back to my Tekken games, finish those up. And then every single Monday, I do a live stream at 10 p.m. on Mondays where I'm with B Street Holmes. He's a member of the community here. I brought him in. He's a good guy. He's a good friend. And we talk about all kinds of nerdy news, video games and shit. And usually that's where I come in, as I'm the video game guy. So yeah, that's about it with me.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yes, touch bricks. Yes, thank you, Godfather.
Very important.
Must touch the bricks.
Absolutely. All right. So we last time ended our session in a very precarious place. Music change.
Bum bum bum.
So the group had been pursuing a number of strange voices that they were hearing. They found that the source was on this little island here, just off the coast of Saltmarsh. Taking a dinghy, which is a boat, they came to the coast here and climbed the sheer cliff. As they made their way to the standing stones, Jem slapped her hands onto them. As a result, something was disturbed. A crack of lightning rolls overhead. Brief flood of light blinds you. As you are here amongst the trees, you see these two towering monoliths made of ancient stone rising in front of you, casting dark shadows, just looming over you. And in between them, I believe it was KayBee that saw that there were these remnants of what might have been manacles on these stone monoliths. And as you look around, you find that the air is cold. You find that your breath is being robbed of you. And something begins to manifest right before your eyes. You see light swirling. And in the light, there are two eyes, full of rage, full of hunger. Whatever this is, shrieks at you in a foreign tongue. Over and over, it says,
Chesara, 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 Chesara.
and I'ma need everyone to roll me some initiative. Oh, hold on. I think I need to do this. first. Okay. Let's see. Arlen rolled a 14. We will add Garen to the order. 23. And KayBee, you are currently down by the boat, but go ahead and roll me initiative as well. Here, I'll spawn your token. Token is up at the top. You are not currently here yet, though. All right. So what we see here is some kind of apparition has come into being in front of you. And as Jem begins to recoil, pulling their hand back, you see her eyes go wide. She says something to the effect of, "I'm gonna go get KayBee." And she begins to run. As we, out of character, take the person who's not here today and just safely... Yeet! She's gone.
Valid.
All right. So she is... You see her booking it. You see rain and mud being splattered all around as her footsteps just pit-pat, pit-pat, pit-pat. She dashes away. What would the rest of you like to do before we start combat?
Garen is going to try to duck behind the stone and roll stealth because he doesn't like being seen.
All right. Okay.
15.
We will find out whether or not that was enough in just a little bit. Okay. We'll go ahead and give everyone basically the equivalent of an action as this is slowly manifesting and coming into being. So what would you like to do, Finn?
I don't know. I guess he'll sort of move up closer to the being and sort of just kind of watch it manifest in front of him.
Okay, yeah. So you being obsessed with undead, I'm obsessed.
Yes.
Is obsessed the right word?
This
is probably a little strong, right?
Obsessed would be a little strong, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know because of the family situation that we'd already go over, and one other situation we haven't quite talked about yet.
Okay.
He had a huge, I have to find why this undead is around. I have to find the cure. So it probably would make sense for him to be obsessed over it in a way, because he wants to, in his mind, make the world right by deleting this evil or getting rid of this evil or whatever.
Deleting. Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you see something completely unnatural happening before you. Perhaps you haven't witnessed something like this before, but you just get this feeling, this overwhelming wash of emotion that this is wrong. Whatever this is, this supernatural entity in front of you, it's evil. And it means to do harm. You feel the hairs on your arms beginning to rise, on the back of your neck, your skin is crawling.
I'd be careful with this, thinking this could be some form of an undead, or at least magical in some sense.
Okay. Arlen, what would you like to do?
A smile kind of creeps across Arlen's face as she sees this ghost begin to manifest itself before them. She has Charybdis in one hand and points it towards the undead. And as she does so, the 6 tattoos on her arm kind of quickly go from this dark maroon to a brighter red and pulsate with this color before changing back to the natural color really quickly. And she uses Hexblade's Curse on the undead, and I'll link that in chat for
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me when to stop. Thank you, Matiki.
you. Stop.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So KayBee, you are in the boat currently. It is storming around you. You are sitting in this small vessel with Quick, the Kinku fighter. The two of you have decided to stay, and Jem has not quite made it to you yet. You have a moment here.
Quick, did you hear that sound? I wonder, maybe it sounded like Garen. Maybe Garen's scared. Something's going on.
As you say that, Quick's large, beady eye looks at you and then looks up towards the cliff face. You see the feathers bristling on his neck, and his hand automatically goes to the hilt of his sword.
What's wrong? Is it danger?
He stands up suddenly. You get to hear a voice. It's very faint. And it's getting closer, very quickly. Soon you realize it's Jem. She's shouting for you.
Quick, Jem needs our help. We better go. I back up to the end of the boat, and then I'm gonna take a running leap off the boat, up this rope, and as I do, I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast the jump spell.
Oh my
Take my
god.
action. I'm gonna cast a jump spell,
Okay.
and this should allow me to jump further than normal as I do this, and it'll be on me. I think it lasts for a minute. So I cast that spell, and I leap with all my might to leap off the end of the boat towards the rope and to try to climb up. I said, quick, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, excellent. I think the cliff was like 60 feet tall. I'm pretty sure this jump spell,
It won't go that far.
it won't go that far. Yeah.
It basically triples my jump distance, and I think jump distance is normally your strength in feet, which for me is 10. So it would be up to 30, but you can't go further than your movement.
Okay.
So I could probably get jump 20 feet up, and then assume I can grab the rope, and maybe my next turn I can jump further.
Okay. So this is excellent. Yes. I believe last time we had done a series of checks. Like I think we did like 3 athletics checks to get up there. But go ahead and make 1 at advantage because of your jump here.
Uh-oh.
18. Very nice. Very good. Much better than 3. Excellent. Yeah. So describe to me as you just Spider-Man up this thing.
Yeah, so of course, KayBee is just a little guy. He's shorter than 3 feet. In fact, he doesn't even want to talk about his height. He knows he's short. But he is just like all limbs as he flies off the boat. He's in a panic, and he's grabbing at the air, and he latches onto this rope, and then he swings back and forth on this rope, having just barely grabbed it. And he looks back to Quick. Come on, Quick, let's go. We have to hurry up.
Think you see Quick is like trying to grab the rope as you're swinging wildly. He manages to hold it back and he ties it down to the boat, and he begins to scale up after you. So we're gonna go ahead and say that we'll have 2 rounds before you get to move in, but you can like cast whatever you want as you're running, or you can dash, whatever you like. All right, combat is now beginning. Let me change the music. We used the spooky music. All right, Garen, you are at the top of the order. Nope, just kidding. I need to add the ghost to the order. Okay, got a 12. Okay.
Oh, you don't need to add the ghost. It's fine.
The ghost needs to be there. The ghost is there.
All good.
All right.
All right.
Yes. So you see the ghost has fully formed now. And like as you're peeking around the monolith, you see that its attention is fixated towards Finn. So perhaps it doesn't see you. As it is manifesting, you can see that the visage of this creature is not entirely humanoid. There is something a little different about it. You see what appears to be the top half of a humanoid. A very elegant features, a woman with long hair. It seems to like wisp and fight against the wind and just defy gravity. You can see that there are little pinpoints of water just hovering around them. But their body seems to fade into a more sleek shape, almost like a fish.
Too bad our friend or a party member who had a friend who was merfolk wasn't here. Maybe she would know more. Oh well, such is life. All right. Garen would step out and loose an arrow at this foe and hope that it has purchase. So do I have sneak attack with this?
You do have sneak attack with this.
Okay. Surprise or no?
Yeah, you do have surprise.
Right. So with advantage, that's a 19.
Okay. 19
So-
is a hit.
Okay. So that is a guaranteed crit. I'm gonna re-roll one of those, or
Okay.
that one. So it's a 2. All right.
Okay.
And then roll another die 6 to for my piercer feat.
Okay.
5, and then double that. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's a crit, it will crit the weapon damage, not the stuff that gets added to it.
Right. Plus the sneak attack damage gets doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's going to be 11, 13, 26, 36.
Right.
All right. Yeah, so tell me what this looks like as you just like land this masterful blow, but doesn't seem to quite hit as effectively as it would have if this was a corporeal being.
Let's say Garen, being the precise marksman he is, he would draw back and just release the arrow, and it would fly straight through the ghost's head. But because it's incorporeal, it just passes through.
Yeah. This arrow, Finn, you're on the other side. You see it just go whoosh, it cuts through, and its dark, fast shape almost hits you, but of course not. Garen's too good for that. Excellent. Anything else for you on your turn?
Well, so Garen would try to duck back in here because he didn't use all of his move, and then cunning action to roll stealth again.
Okay.
The
Excellent.
12.
All right.
Oh, and I want to point out the fact that I have a plus 10 stealth modifier, so that means I'm rolling so low on my stealth.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. Excellent. KayBee, you are up on the top of the cliff. You are 60 feet away.
So what does the surface up here look like? Were there trees? Can I see my friends in these monoliths?
So you can definitely see the monoliths. They tower easily over the trees. There are a number of different clusters of trees. You don't have like a clear line of sight, but you can very easily formulate what direction you need to go to because there's shit happening over there by the giant rocks.
Okay, I immediately start running, and I start yelling, "Garen, don't worry, I'm coming. I'm gonna help you. Garen, don't worry." And I'm gonna run as fast as I can, and I pull up my carpenter square, and I'm trying to aim it as I run. And I got my shield up, and if I get within the distance of this spell, I think I probably need to run 30 feet if I'm 60 away, and I'm going to slash it out of the air as I cast this spell, and a sparkle of gold sparkles spirals out from me and splashes on my friends, and I bless my friends with the bless spell.
Okay. What is the range on bless?
It is 30 feet. So
Okay.
I think if I run my entire movement, I should be able to get them.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So little sparkles begin to manifest on all of your friends here.
I guess I probably need to be a little bit closer to keep
Mhm.
it in range.
Well, you are blessed. Little swole flexy icon on each and every one of you. Very good. Okay.
Be brave, Garen.
Finn, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well, he kind of saw how the arrow went through the thing, and sort of like questioning what to do. But as always, he's just gonna use his instinct, and he's gonna go ahead and try and great club it. Do I need to get closer for that?
Yes, you need to be within 5 feet. Perfect.
Right there be okay?
Yep.
All right. Let's go clubbing.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
wait. Can I use a blessing? Do I have a blessing?
Absolutely. Go ahead and
Heck yeah.
re-roll.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
20 is a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage. Okay. Again, you do make purchase. You slam your weapon right into it, and it just seems to phase through. It does distort some of its shape, and you see that it isn't quite as hale as it was, but it does seem a little ineffective. Do you have any bonus actions you want to use?
I think the only bonus action I have is Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So I'd say no.
Okay. Arlen, it is your turn.
Now that the spirit is cursed, Arlen's gonna move in up next to Finn, and say, "You're not gonna get all the glory for yourself, Finn." And she is going to attack with Charybdis.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
Do. Where is my weapon? There it is.
What?
I would like to use my blessing.
Absolutely. Go ahead and re-roll for me, please.
Okay.
Turn that nat 1-5 into an 11.
You gotta bless if you need it.
I do have a blessing. 14.
14. Yes. Armor class 11. Absolutely hits.
Okay, awesome. Love it. So I slash into it, dealing
4 damage.
4 plus. What's that d6 there for?
So that was in case you had advantage and you have that nat 20.
Oh, got it.
Yep,
So
see.
it's 4. It's actually 6 because of Hexblade's curse. I get to add my charisma modifier.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Yeah, so you slash forward, and as you do, you can see that the ectoplasm of this creature, it seems to shrivel and die away. You see it literally beginning to dissolve in front of you. This weapon is absolutely effective against it. Anything else for you?
Let us see. I don't think so.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, I will cast. Oh no, I can't cast that. I'm out of second level spell slots. Nope, I'm good.
All right, excellent. It is now the ghost's turn. The ghost is going to use. Oh, hold on. I hate that it whispers. Don't whisper.
It just wants to whisper sweet nothings into your
No!
ear.
I'm going to use Horrifying Visage. Each non-undead creature within 60 feet of the ghost that can see it must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute. Please go ahead and roll me a Wisdom saving throw. Each and every one of you. And I will say this does include Garen because you are looking at it.
Okay. But I have the stone between us.
I know, but in the combat, you're looking at it.
KB's gonna age even more.
All
no.
right.
I'm gonna use
You got to bless.
I want to use my blessing on that.
Absolutely. Go ahead and use your blessing. Oh,
Does bless go for
You can add a die 4
Saving
from.
throws?
You are blessed. Yes.
okay. So 12 is still not enough, right?
No, 13. You just needed one more. Damn. All right. Okay.
But
so
at least you're not aging.
True.
All right. If you fail the save by 5 or more, you gain age. Oh God, that's like so fucking awful. Oh my
Age?
God, 30 years.
You look at KB, and he looks exactly the same.
Oh my God.
That was gonna
Right.
affect somebody. It's good it was KB.
KayBee, you feel 30 years older, but you look exactly the same. Okay, so those of you that failed, so that is going to be Garen and KayBee, you are frightened. You can repeat the frightened save at the end of your turn. Let's see. And those that saved are immune to the visage 24 hours. Okay, so what you see here is the ghost begins to unfurl, and you see that its hair is whipping around and lightning cracks behind it. The air around you is getting cold, absolutely menacing. You hear that same voice
Shaysara, Shaysara, Shaysara.
over and over again, and this creature hungrily lashes forward to N. I'm gonna go. Oh God, I should have said it before. Well, no, I'm gonna use my nat 20.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Do it.
No.
You said.
Nope, because that's gonna fucking true death you right now. Nope.
Oh yeah, that would, huh? That would, yeah,
that would true death
yeah.
you. Let me not do
Yeah.
that. Okay, you take 16 necrotic damage as this hand. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. This hand.
Matt, no! Damn it, Matt.
This hand just reaches forward right where your heart would be, and it curls in. You have a heart attack and you drop. You see Finn go down, but that is the ghost's turn. Finn is now on the ground. Garen.
Okay. And Garen is going to step out. And I have a net 20, right? Yes. I know it's not going to be as effective, but yeah. Oh, no sneak attack because I'm feared. Negates the advantage. Yeah, screw it. I'll use the nat 20 and short bow.
All right. Okay, nat 20. Okay, go ahead and so that's going to be 16 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Again, your arrow absolutely pierces through it, and now the ghost definitely seems to be a lesser shade of itself. It has taken significant damage. The arrow just cuts through and disappears into the forest beyond.
All right, and then he's going to step back in again and try to roll another wisdom save.
Okay. Yep.
Please don't be garbage. There
Okay,
we
you
go.
save. Yeah, so you So tell me what this looks like, feels like as you kind of like tuck away and steel yourself.
So, yeah, so as Garen stepped out, that's when the fear really hit him, and he shook a little bit as he fired. And he steps back in, looks at his shaking hands, just kind of takes a breath. No, not like that again. And then he stands up straighter, and he's ready to go.
Yes, I love it. Okay, KayBee, you are running forward. Your spell seems to have successfully gone off, and you see that you feel. First, tell me like what we see as KayBee is experiencing the horrifying visage.
So KayBee immediately stops running, and he slides forward on his 2 planted feet for a moment, and his mouth just drops open, and he's wild-eyed. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Friend, yeah, you have to go. Go, friend. And I send friend flying forward, flapping its little wings, and I cast the spell through friend. Friend flies down and swoops in on Finn, and it lands on his forehead, and it pecks his forehead as it delivers my last spell slot as I cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
for 12 points.
Wow. Holy shit. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Nice.
camera zooms in on Friend just unfurling his little owl wings. He comes down and perches on Finn, and heck, Finn, you are conscious again. You are on the ground right now.
Not scared. I'm not scared.
Excellent. Okay. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm still scared.
Okay. You can move, you know.
I'm trying to move forward. My feet won't.
Yeah,
won't move
can't
on the
move
grass.
forward. Excellent. Finn, you are on the ground. If you want to stand up, it will eat up half of your movement. So you will only have 15 feet. You still have your
okay.
action. You still have your bonus action.
Okay. So Finn is just going to just do the whole like shock, awe, you know, that whole like when you see someone sort of like they're not breathing, and then all of a sudden they just take that big breath of inhaling after looking like they were either passed out or whatever. And he sort of will just kind of weak-legged stand up, and he'll go, "I thought I saw her again. I'm not letting you beat me." And he's going to actually use, if I can, I want to use my hand axe, because his idea is Arlen used sword and it was effective. Maybe if I also use sharp object, it'll be effective.
Okay.
'Cause
So
that's the only
do you want to
Good.
stand up first? Because if you're gonna flail from the ground, it's gonna definitely
No, I'm
be.
standing up.
Okay.
I'm standing up.
Okay. You stand up, and then go ahead and roll me your attack roll. Okay. 14 is a hit.
Okay.
All right. So you slash into this as you come just jerking up. And again, it does feel like it is a little ineffective, but the ghost is barely visible now. It seems to be mostly disincorporated. Oh,
That's all I have.
okay. Excellent. Arlen, it is your turn.
All right. So Arlen sees Finn get back up. Actually, I don't think she really even acknowledges that Finn was knocked down. I think that's in character for her where she is at the moment. And she, seeing that the creature is weak and she wants to get the final blow, she strikes one more time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Z. Oh my gosh. Can I use my nat 20?
Absolutely. Do you want to do double damage or roll twice?
Let's just do double damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. All right. So that's going to be
So
14.
okay. Yeah.
Tell me what this looks like.
Yeah. The spirit's kind of visage begins to flicker after Finn like slashes at her, and Arlen, kind of getting tunnel vision for a moment, wanting to put the final nail in the coffin of the spirit, just lunges forward with Charybdis and stabs straight through, and the spirit begins to dissipate into these small kind of like orbs and kind of floats off into the wind.
Yeah, as it begins to finally disembody and disincorporate, you hear that same voice
Shaysara, Shaysara.
just slowly fading into a whisper. And then there's nothing. Warmth slowly begins to creep back into the area. Finn, even though you are mostly healed mechanically, you do not feel good.
No.
That was an awful experience. And KayBee, as you see Arlen drive this blade into the ghost and it fades away, that fear, that sensation of panic just washes away with the rain.
I'm scared.
That's the end of combat.
Well, I suppose we should try to see perhaps what these runes mean. And Arlen steps forward and begins examining them.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me investigation or perception.
Garen's going to also participate in trying to understand them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Same.
Go ahead and roll for me. Okay, excellent. That's a 15 investigation from Garen, 8 perception from Arlen, 9 investigation from KayBee, 19 investigation from Finn. Arlen, as you approach the spot where the ghost had been, you see something shiny on the ground. As you stoop to pick it up, you see that the ghost has actually left something. You have drawn the gem card in your hand.
How fitting.
Ah.
Mm.
In your hand is the biggest pearl you have ever seen. It is blood red in color. It is worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Thank you, Matihi.
Thank you, Matihi.
Now they have to figure out a way to sell it. Okay. So other than that, you don't find anything yourself. KayBee, you find that the manacles that were once a part of the monoliths here, they were absolutely used to restrain something. And you're smart enough to figure out that, okay, this spirit had something to do with these stones and it was bound here. And interacting with this has somehow triggered something, activated something. And with the 15 from Garen and the 19 from Finn, the two of you are able to discern that whatever magic was in these stones, it is absolutely gone now. As you're looking at the runes, the light has faded from them. They are an ancient primordial tongue, specifically Aquan, if any of you are familiar with that.
Arlen, do you speak?
Aquan. I don't speak it. But you can tell that she doesn't recognize what's written on there, but you see she's kind of examining this large pearl that she's found.
Well, I'm confident that we've eliminated whatever magic bound the creature here. But what have you found there, Arlen?
Oh, well, just something that makes me feel like we won't need to worry about gold for a time.
That's good.
I don't have a spell to read that, but later we can maybe come back. I think at the very least, maybe we can write it down. Let me copy it. I try to copy the symbols into the back of my spell.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me one of your tools or intelligence. Let's see, or history even. Let's see how you do with transcribing this. 15. Very good. You're pretty confident that you're getting it accurately down.
Cool. Thank you.
What is Finn doing? How are you doing? What do you look like?
In pain, probably. He is sort of kind of investigating. He's been investigating the runes a little bit. Trying to discern anything from it. Obviously, the magic is now gone out of it. And he he's kind of like looking at this, but also sort of kind of holding his chest as there's still a little bit of pain there. And even if he physically is better, the mental thought of like feeling that and knowing that has put sort of a mindset on Finn where it's like, is this how she felt? Is this what happened to her? Like, that was painful. I don't know if I ever wanted, all these like doubts and just feelings of pain, because he's never had anything like that happen to him before, where something just reaches in and grabs his heart and just does anything like that. So he's sort of like half investigating and half just like in shock.
And as the investigations come to a close, you see Quick running up. You see him kind of huffing in breath, looking around, and seeing that none of you are alert and war ready. He begins to settle. He looks a little guilty that he was a little too slow for the draw.
It's okay, Quick. The heroes took care of everything.
You see Arlen kind of like smile at that.
I think Garen would walk over to Finn, kind of clap him on the shoulder. It's been an exhausting day, friend. Let's all head back.
Yeah, I really like to go back to my room now.
All right. So the group of you make your way back to the boat. You see that Jem has secured it and is able to help each and every one of you down. You managed to reclaim your rope. I believe it had taken 2 different pieces of rope to climb it.
Yep.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you get your rope back and you begin to row away. Who wants to row the boat?
Arlen is swimming.
Okay.
I believe we had Quick do the row
Right.
last time because he had proficiency.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Yeah. So you see that Quick is actually, he takes it nice and slow. He seems to go for more of a steady approach than a quick one. And eventually you make your way back to the dock. And as you make landfall, Quick will secure the boat and take care of all of that. And you head back to the Wicker boat. As you do, you find that there are quite a few people within. Seems that there is a late supper going on right now. There are a number of patrons all around you. There are drinks being had, conversations being held. And you, all waterlogged, sopping wet, enter the establishment.
Finn will excuse himself from the group and just go ahead and head upstairs into his bed.
Well, I'm quite exhausted. I could use a drink, honestly. Is her friend downstairs?
Jeff, the city gate guard, is absolutely... Yeah, he sees you come in, he's like, I've kept your seat empty right here. You can sit right next to me.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
And she goes and sits next to him and starts regaling the tale of what happened.
Yeah, and as you do, he's like, he very dramatically, like, just like upends his cup. He's like, makes it very obvious that it's empty, right? He's like, oh, clank.
Oh, she's already put some coin down.
He like
Let's
clasps you on the shoulder. Yeah, of course. I'll tell. Oh, your tail. Oh, what did you do? You did that? Oh my heavens! Tell me again. He seems very into it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so Arlen joins Jeff at the bar. Garen and KayBee.
So I'm just kind of chilling, just kind of, and I'm watching Garen. What's Garen doing?
I'd say Garen would actually go upstairs shortly after Finn and go knock on his door.
Yep.
Is KayBee joining?
Yeah.
Okay. So Finn, as you get into your room, you close the door, you have the room to yourself for a few minutes. Is there anything that you want to do before Garen knocks?
Finn will take out his locket out of his pocket. Take the out of it and just kind of obsess the thing and make sure he's got all of the parts. Kind of maybe put the smaller parts on the dresser somewhere where they can't really get lost because he needs to have some of the parts from it. And sort of look inside, look at the 2 pieces of locket that are there, and sort of just look at them and talk to it again, saying like, "Oh man, today was rough. I don't know. I'm gonna try and do this for you, but I think I almost met you again." And as soon as he says those words, he probably hears a on his door.
Yeah, Garen, do you knock on the door? Do you kick the door down? What does this look like?
Helps if I mute myself before I talk. Garen would just walk up and, like in the military, just pound, 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 because that's what you do. You make it known you're knocking on the door. And then he would wait calmly. And if Finn doesn't respond within a moment, he would move on, but he would wait until he heard something.
So I think Garen does this big-fisted boom, boom, boom. And then and the KayBee looks up at him, and then KayBee does a little.
And
Okay. As he hears this, he's like, "Oh," and puts the 2 pieces of locket in his pocket and goes, "Come in."
Garen would open the door and walk in. Would there be like a chair or something he could sit in, or?
Yeah, I would assume that his room would be very accommodable to everybody else, considering that, you know, we're all there. We had all maybe venture into each other's rooms at some point. So even if they're like folded chairs, like there's something in there for everyone to sit in.
Yeah, so Garen would pull up the chair, sit down, and that looked rough.
He'll sit up more in bed than because he was like laying down. He's gonna sit more up to where his back's against the wall.
Right. That was a rough fight, Finn.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how much of the undead or magic you've had to deal with before, but it felt as though somehow it grabbed my heart inside of my chest and just squeezed it. And it felt like a heart attack or something. And that's like the last thing I can remember is just feeling my heart, saying something, and just falling down. And then until I felt awake all of a sudden by a peck on the head. But, you know.
So as you say that, you know, KayBee also followed Garen in, and I walked over. You have this table in your room, and I walked over under the table, and I'm leaning on the leg of the table, and then you start talking about that scary moment, and I kind of shift behind the leg of the table, and I've got it between me and you, and I'm peeking out at you behind it as I'm reliving that terrible moment, and I'm just nodding as you're talking about how terrible that was. I get this returning look of fear on my face.
Oh, I'm sorry, KayBee.
Are you better now?
I mean, I'm alive. I'm probably better than I would have been in that situation had it not been for that little bit of lifeline that I got. But yeah, I guess I'm just fine. I mean, probably will be better after, you know, we rest and the day's done and such. But
Well, Finn, I've been to war. I've seen people die. I've seen people nearly die. It can be rough.
Yeah.
If you need someone to talk to, I will listen.
I very much appreciate it. I mean, for the moment, I think I'm all right. The only real issue I have, and he'll kind of pull out the thing out of his pocket. He'll be like, "This broke somehow, and I'm not sure how it got broken, but if..." And you know, the only person and he'll look over at KayBee, and he'll be like, "I know that you made this boot for me, and I'm very much appreciative of it. Have you worked on little lockets and things and fixed the stuff together before?"
Yeah, I can try to fix that, make it like it was before.
Okay. If there's a way you could look on the back of it so you don't see what's inside of it, would be preferable. But let me know. You know, if you could fix it, and I guess he'll lay it flat down on the table where it's just you see the outer the skull with the roses and all the typical stuff that everybody sees on the pocket.
Yeah, so I peer up at it and I poke each piece with my finger without turning it over. Yeah, and maybe you can tell me how come you're not scared. I need to learn how to be not scared.
Well, I think the only reason I'm not scared, I can attribute it to the fact that for years I've been looking at undead, looking at ghosts, looking at different things. And so this sort of reminded me of it, and I thought maybe we were getting closer and closer to where we were going at. And for me, I think because I've seen photos of these, I've seen pictures of these, I was in a bit of a skirmish or two before I've met all of you. I think that eased it a little bit, but that still was that I can't say I'm not afraid after having my heart more or less ripped into. That's the only reason. But I think you were pretty brave out there. I know that you had sent something out for us at some point, and I know you didn't really want to climb the hill either, and I appreciate you joining us up there.
That took a lot of bravery on its own, KayBee.
Yeah.
But I will say I was scared during that battle too. I've never faced anything like that.
You were scared, Garen?
I was. I've never felt anything like that. But I just remembered my first battle. I was so scared, my hands were shaking. And I saw a friend. He was about to be attacked. My hands were shaking so bad that I missed the shot.
Yeah, I saw that. It was right past me.
Well, my arrows went through that beast. No, I meant when I was young, my first battle.
Oh. I'm sorry.
And, I just reminded myself, when I let fear take a hold of me, that's when we fail.
Yeah.
And I willed myself to push it back.
I think I understand. I'll try better next time.
You are brave, KayBee. Hold on to that. Hold on to that bravery that brought you up that cliff.
Thank you, Garen. That means a lot.
Garen actually would move to... Garen would like to hug KayBee, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, KayBee's a hugger.
Oh.
In fact, you're probably like, okay, that's enough, KayBee.
As the two of you embrace, the screen slowly fades to black, and it refocuses downstairs at the bar with Arlen. And as you regale of your tale to Jeff has easily knocked back his entire drink, and he just like subtly encouraging you to get him another one. And as he does so, he rests an elbow on the bar and says, "You know, Arlen, someone was looking for you while you were gone."
Really? Who was that?
It was Hannah Wrist.
Really? Well, did she say what she needed?
Something about I will come back in the morning. Important council business, something to that effect.
I say. Well, I suppose I'll see her in the morning then. But it's been a very long day, so I think that I should retire for a bit.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the story and company. You are cut from the finest cloth here in Saltmarsh.
Thank you,
I hope
Jeff.
our friendship will be a long one.
Of course it will. I'll see you
Fantastic.
tomorrow.
Good night. Thank you.
Uh,
Cheers.
yeah, Arlen's gonna retire to her room. And she's gonna have a little conversation with Charybdis.
Excellent. All right. Alpha, thank you so much for the nat 20. I will take total advantage of that. Thank you, thank you. All right.
No.
So as you retire into your room, do you close your door? Do you lock it?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So you sit down in front of your fireplace and you cross your legs and you hold out Charybdis, this blood-red blade, this cursed sword that has been talking to you and has now initiated some kind of ritual. You can see, as you're holding it, the 6 rings on your arm, currently slightly maroon in color. What would you like to... Hold on. This warrants a music change. Let's change the music. We need some creepy shit. Alright. You feel Charybdis listening.
So, I met one of your friends today. Do you want to explain? I mean, he had you, right?
Ooh, I can't remember what voice I used. Oh well, it's this one now.
I've had many apprentices. You are simply the newest.
Are there only 6 others out there, or what do these mean? And she kind of looks down at her arm.
There are many, far more than the 6 in which you must concern yourself with. With each test, you will become stronger. You will see more glory.
I like the sound of that.
How did it feel?
I was surprised. It actually, it felt good.
Of course it did. You are becoming stronger. I've given you gifts. Use them. They are your tools.
I will. Is there anything else I should know?
The next test will be around soon. Keep your guard up. And trust no one.
I look forward to it.
You feel the blade gently humming, vibrating in your hands as it speaks to you. Slowly comes to still. Charybdis goes to rest.
And after that, Arlen is gonna lay down and go to bed.
Excellent.
Charybdis folded over her.
Oh god. Just snuggling your cursed sword.
Yeah, basically.
I love it. Okay.
Gotta keep it close.
Yeah. All right. We'll say that the 3 of you in Finn's room, you've had this very tender moment and you all feel a little better. Feel a little more empowered, a little less scared. Is there anything that you'd like to do before you turn in for the night? As you begin to slowly file out, you can see that Arlen's door is closed, meaning that she has retired for the evening.
I'm going to tinker on the locket.
Did you want to do this in your room or in the public lobby?
Actually, I want to do it wherever if Finn wants to watch. That'd be cool.
He would prefer it.
Okay. Excellent.
I think Garen would quietly observe. KayBee always does amazing work, and
So I
He's
think
not
it's
friends
really
interesting.
complicated. I use lots of tools, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. I set up the tools around my little work area, and then I've also got these little wooden metal figurines that I've made. One looks like a deer, one looks like a gnome, and I've named all of them, and it's like it's a complicated operation that includes my toys and my tools. And then finally, I bring out my tinkering tools, and I go to work. And I'm going to use a blessing. I need to do this, and I need to do it right.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me your tools. Okay. 18. Very good. Yeah. So the break was actually quite simple. Whatever caused it to break might have been complicated, but the actual break itself is easy to mend, especially with your expertise. You do it with great care, and you're able to do it in exactly the way that Finn had requested you to do it. You're able to manipulate it without
And there's one bead of sweat.
just one very tiny
one.
bead of sweat. Absolutely. And you're actually able to give it a bit of a polish, and it looks better than it had before.
Absolutely. In fact, it's got to shine like it's new. Press the digitation.
Excellent. You give it a little bit of a scent.
It has that new locket smell.
Of course.
I think it's done. And I step back with a flourish.
Finn will go to take it, and he'll open it to where the thing is facing his side, and sort of open and close it to make sure that it's working right.
Is it okay?
Doesn't seem to be breaking again. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, KayBee.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, good night.
Good night, KayBee.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Garen.
So, KayBee, as you go into your room, what does your midnight ritual look like as you're getting ready for bed?
I put on my pajamas. It's a onesie with curled toes, right? It's green and white stripes, and I spend a few minutes petting Friend, and then I shunt Friend away into the extra planar space where they rest, and then I walk around and I organize my toys on the table, my little wooden figurines, and then I look in deep contemplation as I'm looking at this largest thing that I've been crafting. It's almost a full-size deer. And look at it. And as the candlelight flickers and others turn in to go to bed, I'm tinkering on this deer, nearly life-size deer. I need to change the legs. I'm sure of it.
Excellent. Okay. Garen, is there anything special that you're doing before you turn in?
Yeah, I'd say Garen actually would go to his pack. He would open it up and he would take out that what was it, the Gauntlet of Time?
Yeah.
He would unwrap it and he would sit there and he'd contemplate it. So that is something that has bothered him since he was young.
Yes.
What was it that he really was supposed to say? What was that dragon seeking?
So you think back to a time several years ago when you were in a forest by yourself. You came upon a golden dragon, and you were awestruck. You were uncertain of what to do. Do you run? Do you stay? And it had very calmly, languidly lowered itself to the ground and asked you a question, asked you a riddle. I remember what you said as your answer.
Time.
Time. The answer you gave was time. And it looked thoughtful. It looked bored. And as it got up and left, there was something behind. A small statue of a glove. It isn't an actual glove, you can't wear it. It is a small figurine of a glove, and you have come to discover that it is magical. Glove of Time has the ability.
Yes.
Once per long rest, when held, this powerful item allows the individual to determine whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, or night. It is only functional on the prime material plane. So you can literally change what time of day it is.
Right. And although he hasn't had need to do so, that's not what he's looking at it about. He's just wondering. And he would sit there and contemplate this for probably an hour. And this is not every night, but it's not unusual for him to pull this glove out and contemplate. What was the correct answer? What was the dragon really seeking?
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Ooh, I didn't expect you to.
Yo, we always go for the spicy option. Okay, a 10. You have no idea. You play this riddle over and over and over in your head, and you're just like, the logical answer is time. And you're just settling on that. That's the best answer you could have given.
Yeah, and then he'd wrap it up, tie it up. He always wraps it up in cloth to keep it protected, ties it up, and he puts it back into his pack in the same place it always has. Same place it always goes, so much so that it's actually got an indent where it goes.
All right.
Slides right in, and then he goes to bed.
Excellent. Okay. You sleep pretty soundly. KayBee, however, do you actually sleep?
I think I do at some point, but I have to give this attention. We're also busy during the day. I have to make time for this.
Okay. Would you say that KayBee is a chronic, like, doesn't sleep enough kind of person?
I think KayBee takes cat naps. When other people are around talking, you'll see that, oh, KayBee's passed out again.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so you do manage to put some substantial work on your project. And when you do actually manage to fall asleep, you find that you're visited by an unsettling dream. You dream about a dark swamp. And in this dark swamp, there is a ruin. And the ruin is twisted and turned. You see that it is half sunken into the bog. You see that there are a number of shadows moving around. It is really hard to make out the features of these people, but it seems that there's something going on here. You get the sense of urgency, you get the sense of panic. Has KayBee ever witnessed a war before?
KayBee is now, well, he's 310 years old. Now he's 340 years old. KayBee has seen war. And he hasn't participated in war, but he's seen war, unfortunately.
There's something about the way that people move, the way they have this look in their eyes. They weigh their mortality. They weigh the stakes, the pressure, the value of everything around them. And you can sense this somehow in your dream. Even though you don't know who these people are, you can't hear their tongue. Can't make out anything that identifies them. People are afraid out there in your dream. Maybe this is real, maybe it's not. There's something particularly striking about this, and when you wake up in the morning, you remember it very vividly.
I make a journal entry.
Okay. And eventually, morning does come. You can smell bacon wafting up through the floorboards. You can hear people moving around downstairs, the clanking of cookware against pewter plates. You can hear the creaking of wood as people stand and sit at the various tables. Soft music as Jem plays something down below. Absolutely bacon pancakes, yes. What would the party like to do?
So, Jeff had told me that Hannah was gonna come by this morning, right?
Yes.
So I think Ireland is just waiting.
Okay. Unless anybody wants to do something special, I'll just say that all of you are sitting together having breakfast. And
Finn will come down for breakfast.
okay, so shortly after into your meal, the door opens and you see a familiar figure. You see Hannah Wrist, this finely dressed woman. You can see that her hair has been pulled back into a braid that goes neatly down the small of her neck. She is currently wearing a travel cloak and some gloves to cover her hands. And as she spots the group of you, she steps forward quite briskly. And she looks down at Arlen specifically and says, "An emergency meeting has been called by the Saltmarsh Town Council.
Oh?
You have been
And-
invited."
All of us?
Yes.
Well, that
Very well.
is nice. Any idea what it's regarding?
See her lift one of her hands and she just flattens some hair on the side of her face. "I reported everything that you told me on your excursion to the haunted house. And it was with great interest that they have expedited this meeting. They wish to speak to you on the details. They want to move quickly with this. There are things that need to be done."
Very well. When is this meeting?
Now.
Oh. Well, I suppose I'm done with my breakfast. And she'll look towards the others.
Garen, whether he's done or not, would say, "Well, I guess we better get going then."
Yeah,
And he would
agreed.
stand up and start heading that way.
Yep.
If the weather's chilly, he's got his coat on. If not, no coat.
The weather today,
Because remember, you said it's been chaotic.
it has been quite chaotic. Okay, so today is actually kind of hot. So as the group of you step outside, Hannah is leading you quite briskly, and she's talking as she's walking. And the streets are completely filled with a number of wagons, people moving about. You can see that there are businesses are bustling, and you can see that people are dragging lumber, they're moving stone. There's a number of different vehicles that are moving through the street, and you have to kind of weave your way through. And Hannah does not slow down as she's walking. And as she's walking, she very occasionally goes over her shoulder to speak to the group of you. And it's a little hard to hear her. But she says something to the effect of, "So the council is divided by two factions, the traditionalists and the loyalists. It is very important that you understand who is who at this table. There are different agendas, there are different concerns, and there are different motives behind everything that they do. Because of you, I have garnered the attention of the council, and it is very likely that I will be up for election. I do want to say thank you so much for that, and that this meeting is very important to me. I want to make sure it goes well. The traditionalists are those that have been in Saltmarsh all their lives. They want things to stay the same. You know that with the king having decreed that Saltmarsh should expand, there have been a lot of people upset by this agenda. The traditionalists believe that the guards here should be dealing with the monsters instead of harassing honest traders, and the crown should continue to protect the realm and go back to dreaming of conquests to the north instead of fixating here in small Saltmarsh. And then the loyalists, those who serve the king, want to ensure that the mine nearby is a success, and they want to clamp down on smuggling to keep the sea princes in check. Are you keeping up with me?
Yes,
Yes.
but
Yes.
is there a side that you're hoping to fall on?
See a little
Yeah.
bit of a wry smirk take the corner of her mouth.
Hannah, your family's been here a while, right?
Absolutely. I want Saltmarsh to succeed in every way possible. I am an opportunist. I believe that perhaps I could be the bridge between the two.
So you're hoping for both sides to win with whatever they're planning.
Shall see. It will be very interesting what they do with this information. Smuggling has been a very big problem for a long time. Many families have turned their eyes away from it, simply take it as a way of life here. People suffer, and businesses do as well.
Okay. Well,
Well,
lead on.
Hannah, I have a question. Eleander, how long has he been here in Saltmarsh? Because I know he's a nice guy, but was he born here?
No, he was originally in the Royal Military before he became the guard here.
He was assigned here by the king.
I thought so.
Both Eleander Fireborn and Manistrad Copperlocks are new to Saltmarsh. They are the loyalists.
Yeah, this could be really hard.
Well, we have already made ties with Ilian Fireborn, or at least myself and Finn have.
Yes.
And we have spoken with Anders Salmore, and we have a mission from him that we have not had the opportunity to look into yet.
No. But I'm really looking forward to it when we do.
Yes, that's on our list of things to do. Ever-growing list.
Yes. Well, I mean, there was no time limit to it, so I'm being a little patient with it, because I know there's other things we want to get done first, but the second we get a break from the important stuff, I'm really going to push for it. But
I agree.
You see Hannah flatten her hair against the side of her head again, and she looks at you at the corner of her eyes. So you're making friends with Anders?
well, I suppose. Well,
Everybody can be a friend.
I'd say acquaintances at this point.
Acquaintances at this point. Yeah, we've met him once, and he gave me a mission that I personally have a lot of interest in because I've done a lot of research on undead and things like that, and I had a horrible childhood with my city with the undead. Ever since then, I've been trying to figure out what causes and what's brought on them. And he's going to send me to a place where there's a bunch of undead. And
I
so
see.
I'm hoping maybe it'll help with the answer.
This is
So that's
smart. It is good to make Anders your friend. He is quite impressionable,
Okay.
if a bit naive, but he is a good heart.
Yeah, he's eccentric.
All
I
right.
quite enjoyed meeting him.
I did too. It was nice.
What do you know of his what do you know of Anders and his associates?
Well, I know that his mother died unexpectedly and very suddenly. It has left him in great mourning. I know that... What's her name? Hold on. Notes. The name of his servant eludes me, but I know that since his mother's death, his butler has been very, very protective of him. Inseparable, the two of them are.
Garen, didn't you say something about noticing him being somewhat, I know you didn't use the word eagle-like, but like something of like kind of looking
Yes.
over us, being very
He was-
protective and being very, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Anders Solmore is a boy. And he has quite a bit of influence behind him, quite a bit of wealth. He needs someone to look after him.
Yes, but it didn't feel child protective. I don't know how to describe it.
Is his servant maybe like his father's servant?
Well,
Maybe.
No, it didn't feel like a father-son relationship to
I
me.
mean, maybe the guy served his father and now is like.
Garen has been in their family for quite some time.
That's what it was. Yes.
Garen.
Yes, I do understand that. But no, his presence didn't feel like he was protecting the boy. I don't know, felt more like he was protecting the boy from something he might say.
Yeah.
Well, who you need to actually be paying attention to are Ida Oland
Mm-hmm.
and Gelen Primewater.
Oh, okay.
They are the traditionalists.
Yes. I remember Ida owns some fishing ships.
3. The largest ones.
Yella Primewater is the wealthiest person in Saltmarsh.
Yes. Family of merchants. The Primewaters own all of the large businesses.
So they have resources. They could cause significant problems for us if we cross them. So we need to be careful. We need to be subtle in anything we're doing.
All right.
Okay. So she stops you at the entrance of the town hall. She's right here.
Garen did come without his bow since it's the town hall.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good point. Does everyone have their weapons? Did you dress
Yes.
any certain way? Because you all basically had forewarning that this was going to happen.
Well, do
Yeah.
people walk around Saltmarsh armed? Visitors walk armed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't be weird.
Arlen
He does
is
have his
definitely fully equipped.
Yeah, Garen has a short sword, but he left his bow at the hotel or at the inn.
KayBee's short sword that he seldom uses is glowing in his scabbard, and he keeps looking down at it, smiling.
All right. See Hannah flatten her hair again, and she fixes her coat. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Finn, perhaps you should be our spokesperson in case they ask any questions.
Oh. Okay, sure. I mean,
I can
yeah.
give you notes later on if I feel like you could have done anything better.
I feel like you will anyway, but yes, fine.
Of course, you're my apprentice.
Look, well, I've got to learn, don't I? So, sure, yeah, I'll be the spokesperson if you so desire.
Hannah takes in a deep breath. Then she shoves the double doors open. And as they do, you hear a rush of noise come washing out. You can see that there is a large table in the center of the room here. It does have a number of stairs that go up and wrap around in a catwalk, and you can see that there are a number of doors that lead into different chambers. But directly in front of you is a table, and seated at it are 5 people. You see that there are a number of empty chairs. You instantly recognize Anders and Eleander. And you see some people that you haven't before. You see a gruff, pragmatic-looking woman with short-cut gray hair and a weathered face. You instantly can identify that this as Ida Oland. The way that she stands, she looms forward, her hands on the table. She is currently speaking. The words are a bit muffled as they are talking amongst each other, talking over each other. She seems to command the room. Sitting right next to her is someone who seems a lot more relaxed. Leaning back, one of his legs thrown over the other, is an older gentleman with a neatly trimmed beard and fancy wardrobe. You can see that he is playing with a cane, just idly looking over, and his eyes instantly lock onto you, all of you. Sitting on either side of the two of them, immediately to their left is Anders, and then to Anders' left is Eleander Fireborn. On the opposite side of the table from Eleander Fireborn is Manistrad Copperlocks, a dwarven woman who seems to be very impatient. She seems frustrated. You can see that she is fidgeting with a trinket in her hands. She has long curls that are pulled back with silver string. And as Hannah steps forward, all of their eyes turn to you. And I think this will be a good time for us to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Please go ahead and grab some water, do some stretching, and we're gonna jump into some D&D politics when we get back. All right, we're back, everybody. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. So, as the group of you begin to stride forward with Hannah Wrist, we have a flashback. Because this is a very important question and conversation that we need to have before. So we go back about an hour in time to before Hannah Wrist burst into the wicker goat and said, "We have to go." So the group of you are eating breakfast. And the question has come up, how do we feel about these factions? What do we want to do? And as you talk, I'm going to eat my ice cream. The floor is yours.
But like they're both good, right? I mean, I'm sure the king wants to take care of everybody, but then the people know what they want. And we got to listen to the people too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I mean, ultimately, I wonder, are any of them truly listening to the people?
Yeah,
Whose interests are they serving?
that's
You
true.
know, the loyalists there, or well, Ilianer for sure is ultimately serving the interests of the king.
Well, he's
But
a bit of a loyal soldier, though, isn't he? So
true. Manistrad, well, you know, they're likely serving the best interest of their mind.
Yeah.
And their mind could bring benefit to the people. For both of the known loyalists, I honestly doubt they're worried about the people.
Well,
Yeah.
and I imagine that the smugglers, they probably have family members that live around here. So I could think maybe the people, the locals, they might not mind the smugglers.
No,
Mhm.
they may consider it just a natural part of what's going on. Doesn't make it right. Just because that's the way you've always done it doesn't mean it's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
But they,
You know,
I guess they need the soldiers too, because like, if there's pirates and monsters, who's going to take care of those?
not the smugglers.
No, not at all.
When it comes down to it, the best thing to do normally is something somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, no, I wanna play both sides of the fence as well. I wanna try and not seem so one-sided because it will off-put somebody in power, and we don't want to put anybody off-put anybody in power at the moment. I don't think that's in any of our best interests.
And what
No.
does Hannah want?
That's a
Hannah
good
said
question.
that. Oh no, we don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
No, we
it's
don't
the
know.
flashback.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we don't know
That-
exactly what she wants at all, but
should be something we bring up with her.
I
It
can
should.
try to ask her
Interesting.
about it when we
No.
see her.
no.
So you do know as a group that Hannah is a business owner here, makes quite a bit of money, Has
Machine here.
So likely
Well,
might.
She has to our party in the past expressed interest in the not like obviously we're in the past from what we just did before break, but like
Mhm.
in the past when we would go to her and be like, hey, here's this ring that you thought was really valuable and it wasn't, like during those kind of conversations, like didn't she express something about wanting to be on the council or with the council or whatever? So
she's been
I
very
think-
transparent about that.
right.
Yeah.
So I think everyone here in the party should be like, well, duh, she wants to be part of the council. That's what she's trying to get with us.
Yeah, but the question is she a loyalist or traditionalist?
Hmm. Yeah, true. Ask her, I guess.
Yeah, and looking at her being a locally born merchant, it's safe to assume she might be a loyalist at this point.
That would be a good assumption. I'll go with it until we find out otherwise.
At the same time, she's having difficulties with her business. So it also makes sense that she could be looking for new opportunities
May throw
for
her
her
lot in.
revenue.
Yeah.
May
And-
throw her lot in with the loyalists, hoping
Yeah.
to get new revenue there.
And
I could see her swinging both ways.
And DM, have
Mhm.
we heard of any particular tension, like businesses being taxed or people being upset with the army being here? What have been the general?
Oh yeah,
complaints?
absolutely. You can tell that most locals here absolutely hate the fact that the king has put the magnifying glass, so to speak, on this part, because before the king decided to focus on the mine, Saltmarsh was nowhere. It was a small place where people had humble, simple lives. Yeah, they had to deal with smugglers and pirates and all of that, but every place has its problems. It seems to the locals that it's pretty obvious the temperature is mostly that with the king and the loyalists here that there are more problems. There are different problems.
Well, I mean, it's likely known that at least myself, if not myself and Finn, have had dealings with Ileana Fireborn. It's going to be hard for us to completely cut ties.
Yeah.
To do so, we would likely have to move to a different inn.
Yeah, I don't
And-
want to cut any ties with either with that because I mean I want to. For me personally, he gave me a mission that I really, really want to go on. Really want
No,
to find out,
Anders.
personal to me, and just
Anders gave you the mission, and he
Right.
is not. He has not declared any allegiance. Leaning
Right.
traditionalist, but has not declared allegiance.
right. But like with,
Yeah.
with his example though, I'm not sure what he's doing with, but I think staying in the middle regardless will help
Yeah.
us with everybody. But for him personally, I know I want to be on his good side, and so
Right.
I'd want to try and be on everybody's good side.
Yes, I think trying to play a more neutral side is better for us.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause like I said, we've already made ties with Ileana and Anders. There's no breaking those. So at the end, I think I would like to try to make inroads with the declared loyalists
Mm-hmm.
so that we can appear neutral.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe if we're going to do things to help them, maybe the council together they need to make a decision, right?
Mm.
I mean,
But when
if they
you've got-
vote or something.
You've got people of very disparate mentalities on how things should be ran. It tends to slow down the process of decision making.
All right.
Yeah. And then
Conversation.
that's probably-
Yeah, the conversation begins to end, like draw to a close, and we resume back into present time.
We're in the future.
As the group of you are approaching the table, you can hear Manistrad Copperlocks. First, you see her leaning back in her chair, arms crossed over her chest. Then all of a sudden, she sits forward and slams her fist on the table. She says, "Though the land-based operation of the smuggling ring has been squashed, there must be a seagoing vessel by which the contraband was originally conveyed and is still at large. Put an end to the smuggling once and for all." And then all eyes turn towards the group.
Arlen kind of like looks around and looks at her a bit confused. Is that all that you really were calling us here to say? I mean, we were already planning on doing that.
You see Eleander Fireborn sitting back in his seat, his hands steepled on the table in front of him. Good. It is good to know that you are taking the initiative. The council has requested your attendance in order to speak on this matter. It will make things smoother if your intention was to head that way to begin with. Please, join us. Have a seat.
Are there chairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only 3. One of you is gonna have to stand. No, I'm kidding.
Arlen will stand.
Yeah, I was gonna say Garen would probably still stand.
Okay. So what begins to come up in the discussion is a retelling of what you've told Hannah. So it seems that Hannah has taken your words and passed them on. Shares the description of Sambalay, a tall person with a shaved head and green eyes, what you found down there in the caves. You did not mention Hamas, who you have surrendered to the Temple of Procan. And the group seems to be divided on this. Ida seems to be quite receptive to this, and she doesn't shy away from the conversation. You can see that Gellin Primewater just has this very disinterested look the entire time. He is leaning back. He looks like this is a waste of his time, or he's just not engaged whatsoever. His eyes wander. He looks over the group of you. He seems more interested and curious about each and every one of you, especially Arlen with your sword. Keeps eyeballing it and just giving you a little smile when your eyes meet, but he doesn't say anything, and he just immediately turns his attention to whoever's speaking. And you hear Eleander Fireborn say, "You must take the fight to the remaining smugglers." I read that line. Just kidding. "I will arrange town guards to patrol potential rendezvous points every night for the next 2 weeks, in case they might return earlier than expected. I am, however, unwilling to risk the lives of my volunteers by ordering them to take the ship and crew by force." Ida Oland points to the group. "Why not to these adventurers? They've proven themselves capable already, and they were planning on doing it anyway."
No.
Yes, I mean, Hannah asked us to take care of this and put us onto it, and we want to be sure that we see it to the end.
I agree.
As you name drop Hannah here, she sits a little straighter and she pushes hair out of her face and she just soaks up that pride. Like, this is her moment. She looks good. She feels good. You can tell that she is taking this to her advantage. And the council members consider her for a moment. Ida looks to you, Arlen. "I will provide you a small fishing boat. It should fit about 7 people. I will assign 1 or 2 guards to assist you. Once you have located the ship, I want you to board it. I want you to take control of it. Take it away from them. End this once and for all, and you will have 400 gold."
sounds quite the undertaking.
Yeah. Just to clarify, with us as a group would be 400 each or 400 for the whole group.
Don't be greedy. 400 for the
clarify.
whole group.
That's fine. Just clarifying. All right. What do you think, Arlen?
We keep what we find, yes?
It is of no concern to us.
Very well then. 400 for the group.
Eleander Fireborn says, the intention is that we do not want the survivors to re-establish operations or some kind of other base. It is imperative that you take care of them.
You mean take prisoners, right?
Absolutely. See them to the court of law.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Very well.
Garen kind of looks at Ileana and nods.
He nods back at you. It's a soldier's nod. Ellen Primewater lifts up his cane and points it at you, Arlen. Where did you get that?
It was given to me for saving the life of a woman.
Ah. A special gift for a special task. Very curious. You should come by my home sometime and tell me about the tale.
So, question. When I saw that painter dude, there was like a bit of a buzzing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel that at all with Galen?
No.
Okay. I'd be happy to.
Very good. And you see Ida kind of look at him, and it's very deadpan. You can tell that she is entirely unamused that he is bringing non-council business here. This is a very serious discussion to be had. Galen just kind of shrugs. If there is anything that we can provide to assist you, you will speak to me directly, Ida says, looking at Finn.
All right.
Does Ida seem to be more or less the leading member of this council currently?
Yeah, you know, just from, you know, bits of rumors that you've picked up, things that have been said about her, that Ida is absolutely the senior member of the council, has been elected onto the council. I believe it was 3 times.
Yeah, the notes you gave us says 3 times.
Yeah. So she is
clearly the
well
alpha.
respected. Yeah.
She's clearly the alpha dog.
Do we see any kind of dynamic between the loyalists and Anders, where they seem to be trying to
Oh
influence
yeah,
him in any way?
Anders. So the entire time, Anders, so the first thing you notice about looking at Anders is that he is wearing his finest clothes. You can tell that he has taken extra care to be presentable and look like an adult. He is just brimming with excitement. He's leaning forward. He keeps adjusting his hat. He looks excitedly between whoever's talking. His whole attention is here. His whole heart is here. And he, as the instructions are given to you, he's very encouraging. He's just like nodding to the group of you, and he says, they're going to do some work for me. I trust them implicitly. These are the finest adventurers I've ever seen. It's going to be fantastic. So Anders definitely doesn't seem to be like affected by any tension here whatsoever. But every time that Ida and Galen say something, you can just almost see Eleander and Manistrad bristle. And every time they talk, it's the reverse as well. You can tell. Well, go ahead and roll me insight checks, everybody.
I would love to roll you an insight check.
Let's see how your gut brain is doing. Okay. That is a 14 from KayBee, 10 from Arlen, 19 from Finn, and an 11 from Garen. Yeah.
Can I use it my reroll? for that?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll again. Okay. 11. So with the 10 and 11, Arlen and Garen. I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's some tension here. You can feel it. You felt it the moment you walked into the room. With that 14 KayBee, you definitely get the sense that Ida is trying to be productive here. Even though it has been more or less said that the loyalists are very anti-smuggling, it's kind of a gray area for the traditionalists. But Ida isn't shutting this down. This situation that they're handling right now, she's trying to take control of it. She's trying to push forward and get it over with. So that is something to note. Finn, with a 19, you have definitely honed in on the fact that Galen has not provided anything helpful whatsoever. Seems to just be hanging out, occasionally picking at a grape and sipping some wine. He does seem to have a number of different finger foods in front of him, fresh fruit, and everyone else is engrossed in the conversation. They're not messing around with things on the table. He's just enjoying himself, and any time that he locks eyes with you, he just lifts up his chalice in your direction, takes a sip. Everyone else is taking this so seriously, and he is not. This doesn't sit in your gut right. Something... This means something.
Yeah. Not overstep my bounds at all, or any of such. What was his name again? I'm sorry.
His name is Galen Primewater.
Mr. Primewater? Do you yourself have a sort of stake in this? Everyone else seems to be sort of really heavy into this, and you just seem to be, I guess, just relaxed and calm about the whole situation.
So as you say that, conversation kind of comes to a screeching halt. And they kind of like look at each other. They look at you, and they look at Galen. Galen just shrugs his shoulder, and he swirls his wine. He says, "Oh, it seems that the group of you have this in hand. What more can I provide? You have the guards pitching in. They're going to be assisting you. Ida's giving you a boat. What do you want me to do?" Nothing, I can't. Oh, alright. If you finish the situation, you take down the ship. I will throw a party in your honor. That is what I can do for you. How about that?
I like that. I like parties. Those are nice. Yeah.
Very well. A party for you. What is your name again? I don't think I caught it.
My name is Finn Carson, sir.
Finn Carson, hero of all of Saltmarsh. You took care of the smuggling problem. Very good for you. Yes. We will throw a party. How's that for initiative?
Very nice. I very much appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
He snorts derisively. He rolls his eyes and he leans back and takes a long sip.
Garen, roll another insight check after that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I am.
Nah.
9. I don't know. He seems like an asshole. He's an absolute asshole.
How does that
Okay.
dwarf seem to be responding to all this?
So you see that Manistrad Copperlocks, she is mostly quiet. She did address the situation, like when you had first come in. She suggested that the group of you seemed to be, offering yourselves and with the story that you are prominent. She is uncomfortable. You can just tell looking at her. She doesn't want to be here. She seems quite young. She doesn't have a lot of words. Whenever she speaks, it is curt, it is quick, and it is active. It is something that commands a response, something that commands an action. She doesn't have filler words. She doesn't suck up the air. Hannah, go ahead.
Well, I suppose if that is all you have to say, then I believe me and my companions here were wanting to finish our work for, gosh, what's the A guy's name?
Anders?
The kid, Anders. For Anders, and then we should have plenty of time before the scheduled arrival of the ship that we may take care of that as well.
I don't know if we've shared that intel, have we?
Yeah, so as you say that, well, I will give you an opportunity to take that back if you want. But as you say, do you want to say that?
Ta-da!
Yeah, I think Ireland says
Okay.
that.
So as
Yeah.
you say that, the group looks to each other. Galen just swirls his cup and looks very devious, very, very curious how this is going to turn out. Manistrad looks at you. Scheduled arrival of the ship. Do you know of that?
Well, as I said, we were already planning on taking care of this. Do you think us so incapable that we would not know what we were doing?
So you withheld this information.
We had not met with you. We are meeting with you now, and I have mentioned it.
She seems to brood on this. She leans back in her chair. She seems to disarm a little bit. Eleander gives her a nod, gives you a nod. Ida just waves her hand. She says, as long as it gets done. We do know for a fact that this has all been kept very under lid. Beyond the people here in this room, nobody knows about this situation. That, hopefully, means that the smugglers that are sea-bound will not have any forward warning. We have the element of surprise. Do not tarry. We only have one shot. Good. See to it that the ship is taken and the 400 gold is yours.
Very well.
Eleander gives a nod to Garen. You are dismissed.
Very well. Come. Garen would usher the group out and then march up behind them.
Okay.
And once they're outside,
And as the group is leaving, Ida says, Hannah, you stay. And then the door closes behind the party. And you are outside?
that was not wise, Arlen. We did not tell them if any of them are involved in the smuggling. They know we know. That may have ruined a chance.
Unless we mix it up and we tell them, because what's the math? Is it 5 days?
Yeah.
We tell them something different. We say it's going to be 10 days, and then if they are the smugglers, they won't know that we know the truth.
Good.
Well,
Good plan.
if someone is involved, then I'm sure we'll find a way to handle the ship. and then we know that someone in the council is involved as well, and we'll be able to rat them out.
True.
Don't worry, Garen. I have it all figured out.
Do we need to, like, sneak around and investigate some of the council?
I think we should, but not right now. We need more before we know anything.
I personally think it best that we go and handle this situation with the mines as quickly as we can, so
I
that we
agree.
can come back and have our attention focused on this.
I agree.
And now, if Anders wants us to do that in the mines, does that mean, like, he's trying to help Manistrad?
I don't believe the mines are linked to Manistrad. I believe he said they were a old mine. Perhaps it would be competition for Manistrad, but
You have the paper with you. You unfurl
oh,
it.
that's right.
So when you look at it, it is a letter. It is from the people that live over by the mine. They say that an offshoot of the mine, so it's not part of the main operation, seems to have signs of undead, and they are concerned. They've closed it down. They have an interest in exploring it further, but it seems to be unrelated to the main mine operation.
Yeah, so could be competition for Manistrad, but perhaps linked to them. I don't.
And
Yeah.
the verbiage of the letter does seem kind of like a bit on the informal side. It seems as if it's a letter from a friend to a friend asking for help.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, definitely not linked to Manistrad. This is Anders helping out a friend. Okay. So then, yeah, Garen would be like, no, this is definitely not linked to Manistrad. But not necessarily linked to traditionalists either. I seriously think Anders doesn't have a side in this. Right now, at least. So, Either way, yes, let's look into this mine. Get this taken care of. Could be valuable for us however it pans out. Information for Finn and building inroads with Anders.
Another raid.
Oh my god.
geez.
Hello everyone.
So
we just
many
got
people.
we just got like 4 raids in a row. Thank you so much for
Right.
the raids. Lord
Right.
Gusumba, thank you so
Zumba.
much. Lantern Noir, thank you so much. The Monty Hall, thank you so much. And Vertigo Cross, thank you so much. Welcome everybody. Just to let you know what we're doing, we're currently playing our Ghosts of Saltmarsh Patreon campaign. All the lovely people that you see here on this screen are responsible for all the cool things that we do at this channel. Without their support, all the cool stuff that we do would not be possible. If you are interested in being a Patreon, you can check out that link there in the chat. We are currently on episode 7. We are delving deep into the politics of Saltmarsh. We are
Politics.
here in Kyoland, and the king has more or less fixated on a large mine near Saltmarsh and is determined to develop what was once a very sleepy middle of nowhere. And people are upset about this. This is near the hold of the Sea Princes. So, drama, pirates, smuggling, you know the drill. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so you have a couple of options in front of you. So you do have quite a bit of time. You know that you have 5 days before this ship is going to show up. You have resources. You are able to acquire a dinghy. Well, you already have one, but if you want another one, Ida has offered one to you. And as well as Ida has floated a vague offer of, if you need more equipment, you talk to me, and I will get it for you. So,
Yeah, so I think we should take Ida up on her offer. That way our dinghy stays undamaged in case we need it later.
Yeah, no. Agree. We don't need a
She's
damaged
offering
dinghy.
it. Yeah. She's offering it. I'm sorry that
I said that on purpose.
yeah. You know, she's offering it. She's accepting the potential of damages. We don't have a way to replace ours since we
Mhm.
didn't actually pay for it in the first place.
All right, sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
So before we go, I think I'm going to stop by the temple, see if I can unload this pearl. Just get a little bit more coin in the bank.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Arlen, you have been here in Saltmarsh for a little bit of time now, so you know that there are a couple of different options. So yeah, the Temple of Procan is definitely a place that you could offload this. It could probably be used for any number of magical reagents. Your other option is to perhaps try to head over to the Faithful Quartermaster of Ayuz. That is in... Shit, where's my compass? Western Saltmarsh. There's a market. You're probably not going to be able to sell 1,000 gold pearl at the market. Or you can try to
Yeah.
find a fence. You do know that Garen did make some friends over by the empty net.
And there is also the that's what are they? The people we were trying to get magic items from.
The Faithful Quartermaster of Ayuz.
Yeah, that's where I was planning on going.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys got lots of money.
Yeah, they deal with magical items.
Mm-hmm. And they may know a buyer.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so you've got plenty of time. So the group of you will make your way over to the Faithful Quartermaster, which is number 7. Oop. So again, it is a hot day. You did start off pretty early into your meeting with the Council of Saltmarsh. So we'll say that it's about 11 a.m. now. You can see that with the midday coming up, that the swell of the street has come to quite a head. You can see that there are more carts and wagons being drawn. You can see that people are shoving and pushing, trying to get them out of the way. The market is in full throw, and you eventually make your way to Faithful Quartermaster of Ayuz. You see that there is a line.
Of course there is. I'll wait in line.
Okay.
We queue up.
Yeah, you don't skip the queue.
You don't skip the queue. Okay, so can I get perception checks from everybody? 13 from Garen, 17 from Arlen, 3 from Finn, nat 1, and a nat 1 from KayBee. Okay, Finn and KayBee, what's got you distracted?
Man, it sucks being so short.
There's too many people, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Hey, who farted?
Fantastic.
I don't know. I guess just mulling over meeting all these new people and also kind of wondering what the hell, what side and what we should, we should be doing has kind of gotten Finn thinking, trying to make sure he's, especially after that whole conversation he had with Coldwater, kind of threw him through a little bit of a loop. I thought maybe he was just a nice guy, and then maybe he's just an asshole. Should I want this party from him? I don't know.
Excellent. Okay. Arlen, tell me when to stop. Thank you so
Oh my
much,
God.
Eric Charnsky, for the draw from the deck of many.
Thanks. Stop.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Keeping the whole bad cards going. Let's go.
All right. So for the rest of you, we've got a 13 from Garen. Garen, as you are looking around, you see someone familiar. You see that dark-robed girl from the other day. Shit, what's her name?
Oh, Finn Stalker.
Yes. Did I put it in here?
Thought you did.
Nope, I did not. I
Hmm.
think her name was Ellen.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, you see this dark-robed woman. She is maybe about 5 people ahead of you in line.
Hmm. All right.
Ella.
Garen will,
Ella, that was her name.
Ella. Yes. Yeah. Garen will file that away and he'll keep an eye on her. Try to catch her. He doesn't want to cut. Doesn't want to imply he's cutting. But he doesn't want her to get away.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you kind of like prepare like when she's done with her business and starts to leave, like maybe you'll catch her. Okay.
Yeah, because he's just here with Arlen. He has no reason to go inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Arlen, as you are hanging out in line, you are bored. This is a long line. It is hot outside. Your skin's starting to bake a little. You feel it kind of starting to sizzle as you're just getting beat down with this sun. There is barely a wind. You notice that there's no wind. The entire time you've been here in Saltmarsh, there's always been a wind. You look out towards the sea. There are fewer boats out today. And as you are looking around, you see that someone ahead of you in line finishes their business and they begin to walk away and they drop something. Nobody seems to notice. No one in line has seen it. The person hasn't seen it. There's an item and it's just sitting there.
What does it look like?
I don't know yet.
So is it like wrapped up or?
Okay, hold on.
Because it's gonna depend what.
Okay,
What
fuck.
Arlen
Fine.
does.
You have drawn the key card. Thank you so much. You get a magic item.
Oh my
Another
God.
one.
And for the first time ever, we're going to be using the Griffin's saddlebag. Give me a number, 1 through 10.
10.
Oh, shit. Should have made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The fuck?
That's always good.
Okay, it looks like a rock on a string.
You get a magical bolo?
Huh.
It's a very big rock. Okay, it's kind of it's kind of a boulder.
What?
Boulder.
Okay, like the size of a basketball. This guy just dropped a basketball rock.
Yeah.
All right, I think I have to refine the way I do this in the future. But you see,
Right?
okay, this didn't work out how I thought I was going to. But you see this rock string.
Boy. Boy, I feel lighter, but I don't know why.
She goes to and picks it up.
Okay. You've picked up Kyorkuk, the Colossal's portable handheld weapon of walloping. This flail has the two-handed heavy reach property. Attacks made with this flail deal an extra 1d8 bludgeoning damage or 2d8 if the target is a structure. You roll a 20 on an attack roll made with this magic weapon against a huge or smaller creature. That creature must succeed on a DC 16 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. The rope and boulder that make this weapon are magically attached and can't be separated. The boulder weighs 200 pounds, but is effortless for
Wow.
you to lift once you attune to this weapon. Okay, you're gonna have to hang out for
Jesus
like an
Christ.
hour just hanging on to this string.
Well, I am in line, so
Boy,
we
God.
got plenty
I feel
of time.
like I lost 200
suppose.
pounds, but I don't know how.
Oh God, what the fuck?
Wait, is Finn still by me?
Probably. I'll just say sure.
Hey,
He's distracted, but yeah. Yeah.
Finn, do you want this?
What? What? I guess. What is it?
I
Where'd
don't know.
you
It
find
looks
it?
big. It looks. I think it's magic.
Oh, I mean, I suppose I could take it, and he kind of grabs it and kind of like goes forward a little bit like that. Like, oh, this is kind of heavy.
Yeah, so you're just gonna have to sit there for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe by the time we're through the line, it'll be lighter.
Oh, okay.
All right, for just the sake of just brevity, we'll have Finn not in this conversation with Captain Zendros, and Finn will be sitting on the rock attuned to it so he can move it. But for everyone else, eventually you get to the front of the line. Garen, you step out to speak with Ella. We'll have that in a moment. So Arlen and KayBee, you come up. You see Captain Zendros, this red tiefling woman. She seems a bit frazzled today. She has a clipboard. She looks at you. What can I do for you today? She doesn't seem to
Hi.
recognize you.
I was wondering if you would be interested in purchasing this.
Will you-
And I'll pull out the pearl.
Oh. She snatches forward, takes it, turns around in her hands. This is a very curious item. I don't think I've seen anything like this in some time. How much are you wishing to part this with, or?
5,000 gold pieces.
See your eyes roll down to where you are, KayBee. And
That's a pretty pricey item. Sorry.
who are you?
I've been here before. I remember you.
She hands the item back to Arlen and looks at her clipboard. Just kidding. She puts the clipboard aside. She looks at her giant ass tome on the table. She says, "Do you have an account with us?"
I think Arlen had made an account. Yes.
Yeah.
You give her the details. She flips through it. She finds your page and she says, yes. You wished to procure an item with us. We are still in search of the items in which you requested. They are not here. However, you wish to part with this. This item is not worth 5,000 gold pieces. I will give to you 800.
Well,
kinda-
if I know anything about traders, it's that they offer one price when really the price that it's actually worth is a bit higher. So, about 1,000?
No, 2,000. You're new at this.
Oh my god. I was gonna say roll at advantage, but I'm sorry, KayBee, you have taken away the advantage here. But in the most adorablest way. Arlen, can you roll persuasion? Or, if you want to do intimidation, you can try that. Okay, 19. Very good. All right. 1,000 seems fair. She holds her hand out.
And I hand the pearl.
She turns around, she puts it away into a chest, she slams it shut, and she picks up her clipboard. Do you wish the sum to be sent to you all at once? Or would you like it in pieces?
All at once is fine.
Okay. It will take us some time to settle the affair. Where can we find you? We will deliver it directly to you.
We generally stay at the enter name here. And
Wicker, goat, in.
Yep.
Yeah, very well. We shall have it to you in perhaps 4 hours.
Very well. I'll be waiting.
Very good. Anything else for you today?
Nope. That was it.
Very good. Goodbye.
Farewell.
She kind of narrows her eyes down at KayBee.
Job, Arlen. Good job.
Fantastic. Okay, so side scene. Garen, you see Ella beginning to walk past, and the group is still like in the line.
Yep.
You
And
step out.
I'd say, yeah, Garen would step out and kind of step up, try to catch up to her and be like, I don't mean you any harm. Let's just keep walking.
Oh, yes. All right. You can see that she seems a bit flustered. When you come up, it's almost like a cat, and their heckles are up. You can see that she has just gone completely stiff. So she tries to play it cool. She pushes hair out of her face, and she walks with you. She throws a glance over towards Finn, who's sitting on the rock. Then she like quickly looks away as you're walking. Hello?
Yeah, we've already replaced his boot, but you still owe us an explanation of what you were doing and why. Because Arlen never told us about what she told her.
Arlen said they got away.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. It's for his own good, I promise. I'm trying my best here."
Well, he is my friend, and that's more than a little creepy.
Yes.
Taking somebody's boot.
Well, to be quite honest, she like comes to a complete stop and she turns to look directly at you. To be
Garen like takes a couple of steps and turns and looks at her.
Be quite honest, I did not purposefully request my assistant to procure the item from him. I asked specifically for a certain type of item, and it happened to be his. If it's gold that you want, here, fine. As she begins to like rummage through her coin pouch.
No, I literally just want to understand why.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Persuasion. I don't have any.
19. Okay, very good.
Nice.
Very good. Okay. She hesitates, and then she begins to like kind of slowly deflate. Okay. You have to promise me that you won't tell him. It's for his own good. I will tell you everything I know.
Okay. I promise.
Okay. Oh, so like I had told your friend, the pink one, he is cursed. I don't understand why. I don't know who put it on him. But the way that curses work, sometimes, specific ones, if the cursed is aware of their curse, it can spell very bad things out for them. It might trigger something, it might expedite nefarious consequences. I'm an investigator. I'm a curse breaker. I have come knowing that there are very many outsiders here in Saltmarsh, and it seems that you do need my help. Something is plaguing your friend, and I am trying to divine what it is.
Okay. Is there any way I can help you?
No.
Okay. If there is some way you need help, instead of stealing from him, reach out to me. Leave a message with the innkeep. He can get it to me.
She looks embarrassed.
At the rope.
All right,
Yeah,
yes. Okay. You mustn't tell him.
I won't.
Okay. She slides 2 silver pieces into your hand. I'm sorry about taking the shoe.
He puts the money back in her hand. Our friend made him a better boot.
You see Garen, so like Garen's back is to everybody else. You see like someone peeking around Garen and looking towards Finn. She looks at Finn having two different kinds of boots. And then she hides again. I see. Finn, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
17. Oh, that's persuasion. What is your bonus for 17? Very good. Okay. So
Oopsie.
you're just like hanging out. You happen to notice Garen is off to the side with dark-robed woman. You can't really see her features. Even when she like peeks over, it's only for a split second. They're kind of far away. You see Garen talking to someone. And then she says, all right, well, I know where to find you now. Good luck. And I will keep you up to date as much as I can.
Thank you. He turns and heads back.
Okay.
No.
She disappears. Poof. All
He
right.
cocks his head at Finn sitting on the rock and
Cocks his head back.
and walks over. An interesting seat there, Finn.
Yes, I feel like we're getting acclimated quite well.
We'll say that around this time is when everyone's going to converge together. So you all gather around Finn and his rock.
Mm-hmm.
How's the rock?
It seems fine. I have not any problems with it other than not being able to really move it much.
Have you tried lifting it again anytime recently?
No, not really, honestly. I tried like kind of moving it a little bit after you guys left, but I was just like, this isn't working. I suppose I could try again. And he'll get off the rock and try and move it again.
Yeah, we'll say that an hour has passed. You have attuned to this item. You try picking it up. It is effortless.
Oh! Huh.
Oh, well, there you go.
God.
Huh.
Oh, the more that we talk about this rock, I'm like slowly panicking in the back of my mind. This is going to be a huge problem in the future for me, but have fun with that.
Huh. That was effortless, I guess. Huh. Do you know anything about this rock? I mean, I think I'm pretty strong, but I don't think in an hour I could have grabbed the strength to lift this up. Do you know if there's
No, well, when you attune to it, you know it's magic.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. Oh, I guess I attuned to it enough. We're friends. Meet Dwayne.
God damn it. Hi, Dwayne.
Dwayne, the rock. Okay.
Yep,
Canon now.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I'm typing this up as we speak. I'm just naming it Dwayne. It's a named weapon now.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. So just for the sake of like making things possible, it's gonna be the size of a basketball instead of. I don't know how big this is supposed to be.
I'm good with it being the size of
Okay,
a
cool.
basketball.
All right. Yeah. So you have concluded your business here. You were standing in the middle of the street. What would you like to do as a party?
How long did we say it would take to get to the mine we're investigating?
Let's see.
remember.
Day. I think it was a day to get there. So we would have to
Was a
probably
day or
rest
half
once we
day?
get there.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was a day for us to get there.
Yeah. So you have to go past the haunted house. So you are currently in Saltmarsh. It had taken you quite a bit of time to get to the haunted house. You were able to get to the haunted house, do stuff, and then come back all within one day. The Dwarven mine is about double the distance from you.
So a day.
Yeah.
So we would get there midnight if we left now.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, we could do that.
Well, I need
Is
to
the
wait.
haunt? Oh, go ahead.
I need to wait at the inn. because I'm about to get money from.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
So
if we did leave Saltmarsh to go to the Dwarven Mines, we could. Is that house still empty? Did we empty that house?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we could use that as sort of a hub base, because it's halfway
Yeah.
to where we're supposed to go, right? So we could always use that as we go halfway, and sort of maybe rest a little bit, and then go the other halfway, and then on the way back, in case we have a battle that may not go well for a certain person or two, we could always head back to the haunted house and have that be the place where we rest.
Okay,
If it's still available to us, why not use it?
I agree. Why do I foresee us fixing up that house and making it a base?
Everyone loves to live in a spooky house.
Nobody lives there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Squatters' rights.
So the party's intention is to kill time for 4 hours, acquire money, and then head out.
Yep.
I
Okay.
think that's what we're talking.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to do before we montage that?
No, I have nothing.
Okay. So the group of you go get food.
Would it be possible to maybe go have a story time in the meantime with that one council member that wanted to talk to me?
You want to speak with Galen Primewater. So you do know, well, you can ask around. If you ask around in Saltmarsh for where his house is, they will very gladly point it out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the Primewater Mansion. Loop. Is very close to the docks. Okay. Number 16.
Okay.
So as you head on over there, you see a large mansion right on the docks. You see that there are a number of balconies that face out towards the ocean that look over the various ships that are out in the harbor. You can see that this house is quite grand in appearance. It is well manicured, and it is designed in a way that has a large courtyard in the very front. You can tell at a glance, this is the house of someone who loves to throw a party. There is perfect space for seating, throwing an event or two. You see that there is a garden that is very neatly manicured, very romantic. There is a presence about this place that just speaks of grandeur and luxury. As you approach the gate, it is closed, and there is a guard posted inside. They come up. What business have you with Master Primewater?
Galen asked that I come by his home.
Oh,
Who?
you're on first name business, is that right?
Yes,
What is your name?
Arlen Ruvaloth.
All right, stay here. I will be right back. He turns around and he very casually takes his time to go up to the mansion, disappears inside. About 10 minutes pass. He comes back out. It seems that Master Primewater is very busy for the day. I can schedule an appointment with you if you like.
No. I imagine that I'll be busy for quite some time. I just had a little bit of time this afternoon to kill.
Oh, I
Thought
see.
I'd try him, but it is no worry at all.
Very good.
He can catch me another time.
Yes. Have a good day.
And you as well.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Oh, nat 20. 23. Okay. So as you're looking at this guard, you notice something a little strange about him. He has on his wrist a small cloth bracelet, and it is red. It doesn't seem to match any of his garb. You can see that there is another guardsman kind of patrolling by, and this is a very striking shade of red. The other guard doesn't have it on. You've been around quite a few town guards too, and you've never seen this.
Yeah. If you don't mind my asking, what is this for? And she kind of gestures to the cloth with the arm that has her tattoos.
He looks at your tattoos. Oh, got a bit of work done, did you? Looks good.
You could say that.
Well, don't you mind this? He just kind of casually takes it off and puts it in his pocket. Just, slipped my mind, I suppose.
And what is it?
Just a keepsake. What is that? He points at your tattoo.
It's to remind me of who I need to kill.
Ha! I see. Well, you could say that mine's the same too. Ah.
Oh, perhaps you'd care to tell the story.
Maybe. Probably not. You should get going.
Perhaps I'll see you again soon.
Oh, perhaps. Good day.
Did I get that feeling from him at all?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check. 17. There's something really suspicious about this guy. This conversation seems a little insidious and is definitely not professional.
Okay, got it. I'm just gonna make a mental note of what that person looks like, and then I'll head out.
Okay, very good. All right. 4 hours pass by. Okay, the group of you are at the Wicker Goat, and someone dressed in a tabard that matches the faithful quartermaster of IU's appears, flanked by 2 guards, and has a chest, a small wooden chest, and goes up to the counter to Lankus. Ireland Roverlath delivery. Are you like waiting for it, doing other stuff?
Yeah, I'm probably waiting for it.
Yeah, he pivots. He drops in front of you. You now have 1,000 gold pieces. It is very fucking heavy.
Yay!
Yay! How much does 1,000 gold pieces weigh? How much does 1,000 gold pieces weigh, 5e?
I remember for a long time it was 1 pound per 10.
Yeah, back in first edition, a gold piece was like the size of a chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
100 pounds for 1e. Standard coin of any unit is about the third of an ounce, so it's roughly 0.02 pounds. 50 to a pound in 2e.
Yeah, could be.
So that means it's 20 pounds. Move decimal over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 200 pounds.
It's 200 pounds.
Nah.
I don't think.
2, 3, 4.
Those are chunky gold pieces.
Right.
Someone do the math for me. What is this times 1,000?
What is what?
20 pounds.
20 pounds? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Math is not my strong suit. That's why I don't play 1e, 2e. Okay. So
Windows key, type in calc. You can
calc.
open it with a calculator.
Calculator. Okay. That's 50 to a pound. Okay. Yeah. 20 pounds. It's still heavy.
Got it. But manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Wow.
It is now 3 p.m. roughly.
Hmm.
You head out?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say we start heading out. Stop at the haunted house, aka our base of operations, because it's gonna end up happening. I know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Okay, so y'all leave Saltmarsh and you make your way to the haunted house. Music change. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's
What?
friend. That's friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so by the time you get to the haunted, actually, yeah, by the time you get to the haunted house, it will be probably around evening time, not quite super dark. It is quite manageable to find the old path that goes up the side of this bluff and winds around to the haunted house. As you approach, you find this ominous looming structure that has seen better days. The wall remains broken in pieces. You find a garden, you find a landing. You can see that sunlight peeks in through the various holes and eyeball the shutters.
Does it look like anybody's been here while we were gone?
With a 13 survival, you look for fresh footprints of any kind. You can definitely see that there have been prints of wild animals that passed through, but nothing humanoid. And generally, a sign of wild animals means there hasn't been activity of people.
Right.
If you want to also check, yeah, you can.
Survival.
Each survival, same thing. Finn will say that you remember that there are poisonous snakes inside this well.
Oh yes, quite well. I guess he goes to look to see if he can spot any of them anymore.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check. You look down into the well and you have dark vision. You can see that it seems mostly undisturbed. It's hard to tell. They were hidden away quite well
They were
before.
very stealthy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't look like the snakes are down here before, or from before down here. 'Cause last time we saw them, they did sneak out and had a pretty nice meal, like, for them, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you got, Garen, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here since we've been here.
No. I see tracks of wild animals. They won't go near area that people have been in, at least for a few days, so.
Yeah.
So no, I think we're safe to assume it's still empty. So let's bed down here for the night. I'd prefer to sleep in the beds in the basement.
Okay.
Oh yes, those line of beds. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Oh no, that smile. I don't know if I like it.
Well, it's fine. It's just that it's just that when you head down,
yeah, him.
there's a body in this corner that's fused into the wall because KayBee just
Yeah.
fucking torched him. He's literally just wall charcoal, this person.
I forgot about him.
Oh, our door decoration. I
Oh
remember.
god.
Yeah.
Rest in
Um,
peace. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
never
like the
did take
other
shared
side
beds.
all the way over here. Like, it's fine. There's so many beds. It's okay.
Yeah, we don't have to come here. I'm sure the smell is probably cleared out by now. Maybe? Question mark.
I don't know.
It's,
Oh, I
No.
forgot about that.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're fine. This is fine.
Okay. So, as you bed down for the night, is there anything special that anybody wants to do?
No, I'd say Garen is in business mode. He's going down to sleep.
I think we take watches.
Mm.
And KayBee will take the first watch. And he's tinkering. He unloads his backpack, and he's got his life-size deer, and he assembles it, and he's wrenching on it. Sorry, I'll try to be a little more quiet.
Yeah, and I'd say Garen would always take the last watch so he can do his morning ritual during his watch,
Okay.
cleaning his gear.
In case it'll change a little bit of anything for anyone, I've actually made a few things. I've made a little mini game to kind of encourage to make downtime a little more interactive and fun. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've made a little list of different options. So D&D does have a couple of like default downtime activities that you can do, and they're kind of listed at the bottom down there. But to kind of like encourage role play and just do things a little differently, there are a few different options that you can take during downtime, because you don't have to sleep, just go sleep and then just not interact with people. Like, there can be like little conversations here and there. So here are your options. You can also just do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be one of these. We can participate in some camaraderie, where we have some small talk, either sharing stories or being part of a conversation. I can choose, I can say, the small talk over the meal that you have goes to the subject of lost things. And if you, share with the group, you kind of bond together a little bit. Or if you comment on someone's story a little bit, you bond a little bit. And mechanically, I'll give you advantage against the next charisma saving throw that you have to take. It's because you have that little bit of fortification of socially working together. Another option is sparring. If you choose a partner, you get +1 to your next melee or spell melee attack when you're adjacent to that person that you sparred with. So it's kind of like a learning how you move together in combat, right? Cooking, if someone wants to cook, it'll provide a buff to the party that partakes with the food, and you get temporary hit points for the next scene. Research, if you choose a specific topic, and then you get +2 for any skill check in the future you make about that specific topic. Maintenance, you can work on broken magic items, different projects. You can take care of gear and mend it, and that will have various effects. And if you're out in the wild, or even in this house, you did manage to go through the rooms. We did montage through it, but if you want to forage for stuff, there will be a chance that you can find items, discover treasure, or uncover a random event. So, I think that this is actually... Okay, yeah. What do you want to do?
Arlen wants to spar.
Okay. Arlen
Okay.
moves here to the middle of the room. Says, oh, wrong way. Oh God, what is happening? Oh God, I'm just dragging Arlen away. Okay, okay, middle of the room. Arlen says, fight me.
Finn. Finn,
Uh,
do you want to fight?
I suppose. What are you gonna fight with?
What sort of
Demon
question is
sword.
that? She's holding Charybdis.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of.
And Finn's
heal
holding
ya.
Dwayne.
Oh, I've
Yes.
explained. Yes.
Hold on, let me
I
type
want to
this.
see what you can do with that rock.
True. You're the only one I know that has a Oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sure. I wouldn't mind testing Dwayne. See what he can do.
Okay. All right. Y'all are going to spar here. So we're gonna montage the shit out of this.
Mm.
Go ahead and make me one attack roll each, and we'll see how this goes. All right. So if you are you gonna use Dwayne?
I was gonna. Use
Okay.
Dwayne.
So Dwayne is a flail. So this is gonna be a strength weapon. So
Okay.
the way to do that is to just roll your strength.
Just strength, pure strength,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then we add your... Okay. What is your armor class, Arlen?
Mine is 16.
Okay. You absolutely do not hit Arlen with this flail. But Arlen definitely hits you.
Yeah.
This is non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me damage to just see how... Okay, 3. That's fine.
All right.
Okay, so tell me what this looks like, Finn, as you use this weapon for the first time. So this is literally just like a long string and rock. A basketball-shaped rock.
I guess
And you
no,
miss.
Finn. Yeah, Finn will kind of like he's getting used to it, right? He doesn't know exactly what he's doing with this thing, right? And he's used clubs and axes and longbow on occasion. He's never used like a it's just
Oh,
A
whip
little
of a-
rock.
yeah, like a rock or a whip or anything like that. So he goes sort of kind of like go, all right, let's go, and then he kind of takes the first swing, and then I guess just completely misses. Like either Arlen slips just right out of the way, or he tries to hit Arlen, and Arlen's like a couple feet away from him.
Roll
and
me
he
2
didn't-
die 8.
2 die 8.
Does Ranger have martial weapons? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you are proficient.
God dang.
Shit.
Double
Wow.
8s. Okay, and your strength mod was 3. Okay, 19 damage. So,
Oh,
like,
shit.
you miss Arlen, but you hit the floor, and there's now, like, a permanent fucking crater here. Hold on, I have to draw. Oh, you can draw circles and roll 20 now. That's neat.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
All right.
Oh, well.
Arlen like smiles at the hole. Like, that's incredible. Now you just need
Yes.
to work on hitting something with it.
Well, yeah, I gotta hit something more than the floor, I guess. Although this might work if we're in like a higher range area, and they could just crash her through the floor. That would give them some damage.
That's true.
Oh man.
Here.
Oh.
Now you need to. I think what probably happened is you swung, because it's a reach weapon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think you were trying to like hit her at the edge of its reach a bit, and
Yeah.
she just kind of like stepped in really quickly and was able to like slap you on the face with the sword. And she's like, what you need to do is be aware of where the person that you're attacking is probably going to go, since that has a bit of a reach to it.
Mhm.
Try again.
Okay.
And she's just gonna kind of keep doing this.
Yeah, so, like, you just
Trying to
basically
get
go
used
through it.
to it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
And a part of the floor is just permanently missing from now on. Very good. Okay.
Goes all the way to the 9 hells.
Yeah. So make sure you take a note of this for both of you. You get +1 melee or spell melee attack when adjacent. So like if you rolled, if you rolled your 23 there, Arlen, it would have been a 24 if you're next to Finn.
Is this just for the next day?
For the next encounter, yeah. It's just the next battle.
So if I'm in an encounter but I'm not near Arlen, do I still have this?
You
Or
have
is
to
it
be
if
next to
I'm
Arlen.
Next to them. Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Because basically you're working together in combat. Okay, so that's going to take both of your downtime actions. KayBee, what do you
Sure.
want to do during downtime?
Yeah, I'm working on my deer, and I'm humming, not whistling. That's kind of noisy, and my friends are trying to rest. And I'm up underneath the body of this deer. Get the little trap door open, and I'm working, and I'm putting my arms in there with tools. And one of my friends rolls over, and they glance over at him while he's doing this, and they notice that this deer, its eyes suddenly shift and look directly at them. Probably a little bit disconcerting. They roll over and go back to sleep.
Anyone respond to deer?
Is no one going to say anything about that?
It's a pretty big deer. Yeah. What compelled you to make it, KayBee?
Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
So the reason you made it is because it's going to be good.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's fine, KayBee. I, you know what? You haven't steered me wrong yet. I'll trust you.
Okay. You make a deer. Garen, what do you want to do with your downtime activity?
I think Garen would probably apply his normal mentality and go foraging. See what kind of things he might be able to find.
Okay. Do you want to look for
Well-
something specific, or are you just kind of generalizing?
Just in general, helpful or harmful.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me Yep, 26.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. So as you are kind of foraging around, I think for the most part you are investigating some of the different things here. In this house. This is a very large house. You just want to make sure that you didn't miss anything. As you're making your way through the kitchen, I'm going to go ahead and say that you find an unusual pot in the pantry. It seems to be made out of clay, and it has an intricate design. It seems to be divided into 4 segments, and on each and every one of them, there is a different texture. You can see one is completely smooth, one has a number of hatch marks, you can see one has waves, and the third one is kind of speckled.
Yeah, because we did move through the kitchen rather quickly after dispatching the
Ugh.
centipedes. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Garen would pick this up, kind of look it over.
Has a lid on it.
Hmm.
You can see
Picks
that
up
the
the lid.
lid has a number of like metal fixtures that kind of like act as hooks. You can undo them, unlatch it to open it, but it is currently latched.
Yeah, he'd unlatch it and open it up.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Okay, an 8.
Oh no.
All right. So as you open it up, this sort of puff of dust just kicks up into your face, and you're coughing. And go ahead and roll me a Dex saving throw.
No, don't drop it.
11. So you manage to hold onto the jar, but you just get this like puff of strange dust up into your face, and it is really unpleasant. You can feel that your eyes are watering a little bit, and that your skin is starting to get a little itchy. But other than that, you're not sure.
All right. Well, my knowledge of poison, knowledge medicine.
5.
No, I know nothing.
Okay, yeah, this is a very unfamiliar scent to you. You try to like blink it away and you're trying to look inside to see what's in there, and it's a bit hard to tell. Your eyes are watering really heavily.
Oh yeah, he's right. He's Garen's not feeling well now. He's probably gonna head back downstairs with it.
Okay.
Like, leaning on the wall to guide himself. Like, yeah, I found something. I don't think it's a good thing.
Well, what is that?
I don't know, but it got in my face, and it doesn't feel good.
Oh no.
I don't know what's going on.
What was it?
It was this pot here. He still got it.
Mm-hmm.
When I opened it, the dust came out and it got in my eyes. My face is kind of itching and burning.
Cover my nose and my mouth and take a peek in the pot.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a nature check at advantage.
Advantage.
Wow, not 20. Okay, 28. KayBee, you know exactly what this is.
Oh no.
You know this to be a very rare kind of spice. It's called blue pepper.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's not feeling very good right now.
You had too much. Don't be greedy.
You can have it, KayBee.
I'll take it and oh wow,
Right.
that's strong.
Yeah.
I think I already told you that.
Drink lots of water.
Probably.
What about my eyes?
Push them out with water?
No, don't. You gotta tough through it. Water will make it worse on your eyes.
Oh no.
Oh, don't be a crybaby.
Have you ever gotten blue pepper in your eyes?
It's terrible.
All right.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, KayBee's the best
don't-
character.
I don't know if there's a sinister side to KayBee, but I'm all here for it.
That's the most menacing we've seen him.
I
Yes.
know, right?
Okay. So as the night begins to draw to a close, you find that the rest of the evening is quite uneventful, and when you rise, there is a cool morning to greet you. Perfect for a day on the road. I think this is where we're going to end our session for today.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you so much everyone for being here. Thank you so much chat. We're going to go ahead and go around real quick. Tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part about today's episode was. And we're going to go ahead and start with Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. My favorite part of the session was I like the visual of Finn just kind of sitting in the middle of like this big line on this big rock, just kind of like waiting there while the rest of us go and do other stuff.
The queue just kind of like forms around the rock.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much. What about you, GeekDice?
Probably good if I turn off mute. Yeah, I'm GeekDice, and you can find me here anytime we're playing in the Saltmarsh campaign, and also I will be in the upcoming Witchlight campaign, also on this channel, starting in a few weeks. And also you can find me most Sundays when we play over at the Greyhawk Tales channel, another Greyhawk game. So wonderful game tonight. I very much enjoyed the role play opportunity that we had. A few kind of interesting moments of play. Had a lot of fun with that. And as always, very much enjoying playing with this group.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we had quite a bit of RP here today. We had politics. We had some group bonding. Some silly moments here and there. But
I don't like that Arlen is getting more and more selfish. But at the same time, I also like seeing the others kind of like band together a bit and have those moments of camaraderie and like all of that with Arlen gone. It's cool.
what happens if Arlen becomes the BBEG?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully she comes to
Uh-oh.
her senses before that happens.
Okay, we can save her, right?
I mean, Garen is making friends with the curse breaker.
True.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
True.
Smart.
Excellent. Next we have Godfather Wraith.
Hi, I'm Godfather Wraith. I pretty much have no online social media presence, but you can find me here in Stella's chat most nights, or with other members of the community when they stream. But you can also find me this Saturday right here with Stella as she streams a game as part of Greyhawk Con. I will let her give you more information on that.
Yes. I'll go ahead and interject real quick about that. So this Saturday at noon Eastern Time, for about 3 hours, we are going to be playing a 5th edition adaptation of Hamlet. Hamlet is an adventure that was written in 1979, one of the original old school traditional 1E2E adventures, one of the first. It was the first one that was created with an overworld setting. I am so excited to bring that to you. We do have a really awesome cast coming in, so I'm excited. It's going to be great. I'm going to try my very best to keep to the spirit of the game, the spirit of the adventure, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be wild.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite part?
Also, I want to mention Nisa, who is not here tonight, will be there as well.
Yep, and
Go
Bravo.
there. And Bravo, yes. And Nisa, Bravo, they're both lovely, wonderful, amazing people. You should come check us out.
Yeah.
So, my favorite part, our bonding moment with me, KayBee, and Finn. I loved having that moment where we're building a team, you know? It was great to have that chance.
Yes. Oh my god. And then everyone was just really chill with KayBee making like a metal deer. No
I
one
know.
no one questioned that.
KayBee's done some cool stuff already, so, you know, we trust him.
Okay. So what do we do if KayBee becomes the BBEG?
With an army of deer.
The baby EG.
Garen would join him. Garen will not hurt KayBee.
Oh shit. Okay, campaign goes dark side. Got it.
Right.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
I made the joke earlier. I'm not gonna do it again. Hello, I am Jacob. I am Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you like to call me. Clipmaster, lore keeper, whatever you like to call, whatever you like to say with that. Probably do too many clips. That's up to your own discretion. As far as my own presence here, I occasionally will do streams on twitch.tv/zombiefighter89. But the majority of the time you will see me will be either on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Most Mondays. We sometimes break on occasion for holidays, or if all of us in the crew are just like kind of not feeling as well. One works for NASA, one works for the government. So those are usually early mornings, and if both of them have been very like tired or whatever, it's we call it a day. But we talk about nerdy news, all kinds of other stuff. It's really kind of cool. You should come check us out at youtube.com/Knights of Nirvana. My favorite part of tonight was I know some people have used this excuse, so I'm just gonna go ahead. My favorite part of today was yes.
Nice. Cool.
Just the entire thing. And then along with GeekDice, as mentioned earlier, I am part of the Witchlight campaign that's coming out soon. So both Stella and GeekDice have to deal with me every single Wednesday starting in November, and so will all of you. So have fun with that.
I'm really excited. You're gonna be playing a spellcaster, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
I'm so far. I'm sort of going. And I need to talk to you about it. B Street Holmes, who's another member of our group, had who I do the Monday thing with. He had told me there was some kind of chaotic thing with Sorcerer, and I really want to lay into the chaos.
Okay.
So that's where I'm
Wild
sort of
magic.
leaning.
We will talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get you
Yeah,
all
no,
set up.
that's
I'm
fine.
excited for
Mhm.
you because like I've been
Yeah.
able to see like your IRL character arc of like being a role player and playing D&D. I'm so
Mhm.
proud of you for trying new stuff and ew. It's like you're like a baby and you're growing up and you're gonna be playing different classes and I'm so happy. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be like the perfect campaign for that too. So
Yeah, that's the campaign itself looked very like dark and magic and everything, and I'm like, this has got to be the perfect campaign for me to jump out of that.
yeah, so just a little bit more information about what that is. So on Wednesdays, we're not playing Saltmarsh. We are going to be playing The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And that is going to have Zombie Fighter 89, Geek Dice, Vertigo Cross, B Street Holmes, and Matihi. I see you, Maddie, in chat. Yeah, it's
we
going to
see
be
you,
a
Maddie,
really
yeah.
good group. Oh my God. It's going to be really chaotic. It's going to be really high energy, lots of fun. And I'm excited to bring that to you. So that does start in November. So we do have a little bit of time to get everything set up and make sure that everyone's happy with what they're going to run. We're going to do a session 0. It's going to be such a good time.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm Stella Luna. Hello, everyone. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope that you've enjoyed the show. If you want to get more content on this, if you want to get notifications for when we go live, all you have to do is hit that follow button. And yeah, you can also find all of our episodes on YouTube. We are uploading all of our TTRPG stuff there. The link is there in chat. Stella Luna on YouTube. And if you want to see more of me, I will be live tomorrow at Runaway Robots channel. We are going to be doing Ruin Lapis. I started typing Runaway Lapis. Wait, that's not right. Runaway Robot is a Twitch streamer here. So that's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I am playing a Time Wizard. And yeah, it's going to be episode 2. I can't wait to show you what I've got in store for my character. Otherwise, we have Unbound, which is our Uncaged anthology. Demigods running around, killing other demigods, and also smooching them. That is our 5th edition campaign, Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, we have Virtual Greyhawk Con, our Hamlet adaptation, 12 o'clock on Saturday. I hope to see you there. It's going to be very, very good. But we'll see you next time. We'll see you on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Bye, everybody.